It's been 278 days since we last took the gridiron, but the wait is over. The Rockwall ISD Sports Network starts now.
Have fun, play Rockwall football.
This concludes our pregame ceremony.
Jeremy Bryant alongside Trevor Webb in for Shannon Rodden tonight. It's Heath, the Hawks, taking on San Juan Hills from San Juan Capistrano, California. First responder night as they're being honored here on the field as the ceremony is wrapping up right now. And this is the Alliance Bank pregame show. Kickoff is coming up in about 8 minutes from now. And we'll give you the starting lineups in just a moment. First time that San Juan Hills, a team that won a 2019 state championship in California, first time they've ever traveled out of state. And last year they had a school from Arizona come to their place. And their coach was talking to Coach Rob Frith about it. And he said, you know, we want to go out of state. Trevor, he said, how about Hawaii? Heck, I would be the same way. Let's go to Hawaii. But every coach he talked to said, no, you got to go to Texas. That's the best hospitality. That's the best high school football, the best atmosphere. It's Friday Night Lights. Lo and behold, so last June, Coach Frith comes down here, has a conversation with Rodney Webb, meets him in person, and just loves the idea of it. And he said that Rockwall ISD, the whole crew, has been just gracious host. They came in here on Wednesday. They went to the 6th floor museum, the JFK Museum in downtown Dallas. They went to the game last night with Rockwall and Louisville. They're going to the Abilene Christian TCU game Saturday. They're getting all the sights and the sounds in their first trip ever to Texas.
Absolutely, and it is a bit unfortunate, you know, maybe not experiencing the tropicalness of Hawaii right before summer ends, but they will be able to experience the humid hot instead of the normally arid hot that California or Arizona and out there in the desert is. But it should be a great game today. San Juan has a legacy, and that legacy will be tested here in Texas for the first time for them.
You mentioned, by the way, the weather. It's 88 degrees. Feels like 91 here in Rockwall. By the way, if you're in San Juan Capistrano right now, 72 degrees. Feels like 72. So a little bit different climate, which, in all seriousness, that could be maybe a factor in the fourth quarter with this heat. We'll see how San Juan Hills does. But again, they are undefeated 3-0. They got a lot of college prospects just like Heath does. And we'll talk about that in just a moment. Again, this is the Alliance Bank pregame show. And we're going to take a timeout and salute Alliance Bank. And then we'll come back with our keys to the game, starting lineups. We'll get you all set because we're only about 5 minutes away from the kickoff of the Heath Hawks and the San Juan Hills Stallions. Back in just a moment on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
You in our community is what sets Alliance Bank apart. We are community banking. That's why you can find us at nearly every event volunteering, sponsoring, and donating. Alliance Bank has been serving Rockwall County for over 16 years, and with your help, we have grown into the go-to bank for our community. Time to start a new business, time to expand your business, ready for a new home or a like new home, we will be there because that's who we are. Alliance Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And here comes the Hawks to the field. 1 win, 1 loss on the season. That big comeback win over Highland Park. And, of course, running out with the United States flag, Luke Mitchell, who, oh, by the way, is going to the Naval Academy, leads the troops as the Hawks are out. Once again, Jeremy Bryant in for Shannon Rodden tonight. Trevor Webb. We have Tristan Rodden here in the booth with us. Brian James on camera. And Shannon and the whole family out in Oxford, Mississippi. Get ready for Ole Miss in Arkansas tomorrow. And so should have a good one here tonight, Trevor. You know, last week, Heath in their home opener lost. A 45-27 loss to Prosper, but there are some bright spots. But Coach Webb's told me, we talked this week, he said, you know, I know our defense can be better than what it's showing right now.
Absolutely. So last week against Prosper, there were a few plays where they just got chunked. 70 yards, 80 yards, just massive plays that a lot of times don't really happen. They don't typically happen. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that one. But what this defense needs to do this week against San Juan, because they mostly pass the ball, as opposed because their running back Elijah Ayala has 28 rushes for 265 this season so far. And this defense has been pretty good against the rush. It's just the pass that has been a little bit, it needs a little bit of work, per se. And they have 4 linebackers out there, so it creates a lot of versatility. And a lot of times against Prosper last week, there was a pretty stacked box. 6 or 7 guys would come in, and they would absolutely stop the run. I believe the running back for Prosper, his name is Robinson, and he did not get that much going. But that pass attack is what hurt them. So hopefully they're able to get that up this week, and maybe those linebackers can sag just a little bit, make sure that those big chunk plays don't happen on those slants or post routes right through the middle. Because a lot of times, especially in like the 90s and 2000s, a lot of wide receivers would not go over into the middle because they would be too afraid of those linebackers coming in and hitting them. So if they can establish their presence in the middle of the field, then I think they would not be chunked out again like they were last week against Prosper.
All right, Trevor Webb. By the way, we mentioned different colleges. You got to represent your Red Raiders. A Texas Tech alum. We got Alabama up here with Tristan, who still, despite the struggles this year, and I say struggles for an Alabama team, which Tech would love to have their struggles. No offense.
It's all good. Hey, we're paying for a lot of stuff right now. We spent a lot of money for guard good teams, so it's all good.
Our captains on the field now here down on the field for the Hawks: Prosper, Neal, Landon, Hatcher. Also down there, Isaac Smarslicker, pardon me. And I think Zeke Cannon, our captains. It looks like toss is won by San Juan Hills. They will receive the opening kickoff. They look like the Notre Dame Fighting Irish down there, who, by the way, hosting Texas A&M next week. So let's tell you a little bit about San Juan Hills. I know we got a lot of folks, by the way, listening from California watching this one. Rob Frith is their head coach, his 8th season. Again, they're in Orange County in Southern California. In fact, they play in the southern section, the toughest section in California. They break it down into different sections for the state of California. But they're in San Juan Capistrano. About the same enrollment as Heath. They have 2,700 students. Heath around 3,000. But again, they're ranked number 14 right now in California, number 10 in the Southern Section rankings. They won the 2019 Division IV state championship. Now the colors as we go down to the field. Great crowd on hand tonight below us here at the Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. And so it's a little bit about San Juan Hills. They beat the number 16 team in the state, Chaparral, to start the year. They have scored 38 or more points in their 3 wins, led by their quarterback, Timmy Herr. We'll talk more about him. For Heath, talking to Coach Webb, very high in his quarterback, Prosper. Neal said he's the best leader on this team, and he's going to be playing college football somewhere in 2 years on Saturdays. He's got 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, but he says he's got to work on his accuracy. He had a couple picks thus far. And so very high in this offense. Again, the defense has given up, a lot of yards early on. 539 yards allowed in the first 2 games per game. But he says that should improve starting here tonight. He calls non-district games, opportunities, Trevor. Once you get the district play, that's where goals and championships are won.
Absolutely, and I'm very glad that the Rodney Webb coach is testing this team with some teams that are very difficult to face. I mean, Prosper and San Juan, again, ranked respectively in their divisions and their states. And more about Prosper Neal, this is a very balanced attack on offense. There was 34 pass plays and 41 rush plays last week against Prosper. So he's very confident in his arm. It's just the one turnover that was committed last week, it was on a slip. The H-back just lost his feet under him and slipped, and it just resulted in a pick. So Prosper Neal had played a very great game. I believe he was our player of the week as well.
Our kickoff as we're underway is Kyle Donahue that kicks it off for San Juan Hills, the Stallions. And the Hawks will set up shop. We mentioned for the Hawks tonight, Schmarzlicker at wide receiver with Sean Gary and Prince Hobbs. Carter Zom back in the backfield. Coach Webb just labels him versatile. He lines up as a receiver sometimes. Zom will be in the slot or split wide. And also at running back, and of course you'll see Brian Wamba in the backfield with Prosper Neal.
He loves Jama on that jet motion as well from that right side. There he is lined up right there. He may be coming in.
On first down, Neal will fire to Sean Gary, who leads the Metroplex coming into the weekend with now his 22nd catch of the season. Short gain there on first down. Yeah, that's his 22nd catch. He has 2 touchdown catches. You know, Gary's been getting offers already from University of North Texas. They always go in that up tempo after a gain of 3. Schmarzlicker in motion. Up the middle, there's Zom. Burrows through to about the 30-yard line. Only got a yard. And up front, the offensive line, you know, a couple of these guys on this offensive line. The tackles, Trevion Johnson, Colton Wade, Peyton Marsh, Anthony Lara at guards, and Marcus Savadra is the center.
Shout out to Anthony Lara. I work as a substitute teacher. I actually had him in one of my classes yesterday. So let's hope he does well today. Shout out to Anthony and his family.
Third down and 5. Neal rolling right. Pressure, gets a nice block, and he will scramble and get the first down. Out to the 37-yard line, a gain of 7 for Prosper Neal. He can use those legs. His 22nd rushing attempt of the season. He's ran for a touchdown as well. He's ran for 140-plus yards on the year. First down, their first series. There's that bubble screen once again. Gary balled it up on the sideline, knocked out of bounds. This San Juan Hills defense, they have great pursuit, good speed out on the secondary.
That was a great peel-back block on that previous play by number 10. That was Nick Phillips. They love him out there on that H-back formation.
Yeah, he's a big kid, 5'9", 225. Again, there's the bubble screen. This time, a broken tackle, 2 broken tackles. Gary still stays in bounds to the 50. Down in 40 to the 30. I thought he went out of bounds for a split second. He never went out of bounds. Stayed tiptoeing down the sideline. And they're going to give him all the way out to the 27-yard line. So on the play, that is a gain of 28 yards. 3 broken tackles by Gary. Now a run play to Zom. And this time he goes up the middle in the red zone to the 19-yard line, picking up right about 9 yards. Chain gain, still trying to get set up. It'll actually be a gain of 7, be second down and 3. Heath always in the up-tempo. They want to snap it 80 times minimum a game. Neal fires to the end zone to Gary. Ooh, a big hit in the end zone. And that's incomplete. That was the free safety, Luke Frith, with that big hit on Gary. It's third down and short.
Son of Coach Frith right there. He really leveled him right in the back of the end zone, making sure he doesn't want to come across the back of the middle again. And that was very unusual for Coach Webb on that previous play, that big gain from Sean Gary. They had trips on either side. During the last game against Prosper last week, they did not run that formation. So good for them for showing how versatile it can be.
Power formation. Strong side right. Third and 3. Neal's going to fire a high pass, and he sails it off the fingertips of Hobbs. Prince Hobbs on the far side. And so fourth down and 3, and they're going to bring the kicker, Bronson Mueller, who has UTEP. who's offered him a scholarship, and he will come out his longest 46 yards this year. He's 3 for 3 on field goal attempts, and this will be right about a 37-yard attempt, middle of the field with Gary to hold. Only 10 minutes of confusion for San Juan Hills. And now a timeout will be called by Rob Frith, the head coach of the Stallions. So 4th down and 3. They move the ball well. Of course, they had that 28-yard reception of the catch and run by Gary. A little surprised that they don't go for it here on 4th down and 3.
I am a little bit surprised. I think if they're going to want to force San Juan to be on the back pedal, be on their heels, they should probably try to be a lot more aggressive. I am a little bit surprised considering their usual aggressive tempo either way.
We got Tristan Rodden here with us today as well. And, we want to give a shout out to Alliance Bank helping us out tonight, right? We'll get that cleared up in just a moment. As this is a San Juan Hills defense. Their Coach Frith said they will attack from every position in this formation with the 5 defensive backs. They've done a great job of creating turnovers. They dodge a bullet, bend, but they do not break in the first possession. Mueller, 37-yard attempt. Plenty of leg. And that one is good. He remains perfect, 4 for 4 on the season from 37 yards out. We'll step away for a timeout. 3-0 Heath. San Juan Hills get the first possession. We come back on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Alliance Bank. As a proud supporter of the Rockwall ISD Athletics, Alliance Bank is cheering on our Hawks and Yellow Jackets, on the field and in life. Whether you need personal or business banking, stop by and experience hometown service with Big Bank Solutions, or visit us online at alliancebank.com. Alliance Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Thank you, Alliance Bank, for sponsoring this broadcast.
That drive by Heath, just over 50, right at 52 yards. And the 37-yard field goal by Bronson Mueller. Sean Gary, as good as advertised. And those are all routes of, I think they were all bubble screens, weren't they, Trevor? 3 consecutive bubble screens.
Yeah, it was something like that. And again, I mentioned earlier that they had trips on either side, especially for that long gain for Sean Gary. They didn't play that play last week, and it worked this week. I guess San Juan was watching film, and they just didn't catch that one.
So Mueller is the punter and the kicker. And this is going to be a high, short kick to the sideline. Taken by San Juan Hills. Broken tackles out to the 35 to the 40-yard line. That's Cooper Chila. Backup wide receiver, plays free safety as well. A junior for the Stallions. And now we're going to see for the first time San Juan Hills offense. Timmy Herr is their quarterback, a 5'11", 215-pound senior. His record as the starting quarterback for the Stallions, 24 wins and 4 losses. He's started for 3 years. He's got offers from some of the FCS schools in the Big Sky Conference. Great numbers. In 3 games, 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. 705 yards in those 3 wins for San Juan Hills. He's also ran for a couple scores. He is a versatile quarterback in that RPO. They'll go with 3 wide receivers with 2 backs flanked on each side. And on first down, he'll swing it out to his tailback. That is Elijah Ayala. And Ayala is dragged down at the 44-yard line to be a gain of about 5 yards. As Grant Moravik made the tackle.
I believe that was Carson Adams with the tackle on the running back there, but they were in zone there. They really tried to blitz. They really tried to blitz after Mr. Herr there in the backfield, trying to make him put a lot of pressure on him. But they got the screen out there to avoid the pressure.
Second down, we'll call it 5. That snap goes off his hands. He recovers it. He's in trouble. Balled it up and swallowed back at the 38-yard line. His center. He'll play both center and guard, Cooper Jaworski, who's committed to play football next year at UCLA. And that was just a high snap, and Herr is lucky to recover it. Now it's a 3rd down and 12. And so it'll be 3rd down and 12 after Landon Foster, first one to bring down Herr. Let's see if Heath will bring a blitz. 5 blitzers coming after him. There's a rifle, a pass down the sideline. It's caught. Good catch on the sideline by Ryan Matheson. And that will be a 1st down, a gain of 14 out to the San Juan Hills 48-yard line. Matheson, his 12th catch of the year. He's got offers from a couple Ivy League schools from Dartmouth and Columbia. And he's a heck of a receiver as well for the Stallions.
Great catch. And unfortunately, it seems that number 0, Keith Jones, just lost his footing there.
Now Herr in a deep shotgun snap. It's the jet sweep coming around Cove Davis. Has some running room outside the tackles, out to the sideline, and gets right about 7-8 yards on 1st down in Heath territory to the 45. Cove Davis, a 5'7", 155-pound senior, plays in the slot.
Not a very good big guy, but he laid the boom on that one.
We mentioned the quarterback, Timmy Herr. His tailback is a good one as well, Elijah Ayala. He averages 9.5 yards per carry. He's in the backfield alongside Herr. Herr's looking his way in that wheel route, fires down the sideline. He's open, makes an over-the-shoulder catch, knocked out of bounds by Luke Mitchell, or else that would have been a touchdown. So Ayala, one thing we heard about him is he loves to run pass routes, and he that time ran a great wheel route down the sideline. And so we have a timeout on the field here as we'll take a quick break. 3-0 with San Juan Hills driving on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Griffin Heat Shield. Griffin Heat Shield is a proud supporter of Rockwall ISD Athletics. Visit them online at griffinheatshield.com for more information.
Keith Jones shaken up, but he's okay. Walks off at his own power. It's going to be 1st and goal now for San Juan Hills. Looking to maybe take the lead in their first possession of the game. Herr's in the gun. Rolling to his left. Pressure in his face. Throws to the end zone. Incomplete. And that was pressure by Carson Adams, that inside backer, on a blitz. And that was one thing Rodney Webb talked about. He said, I just loves his linebacking core. He said that is the strength of their defense. They all are big guys, about 215 pounds apiece.
Absolutely. They all love pursuits. I mean, they're all big guys. They all can tackle, and they can also play decent in coverage. That time, everybody was in man, so that allowed Carson Adams to apply some pressure, and the coverage had great coverage on that play.
2nd down and goal at the 10-yard line. And flags down. That play like a disaster from the start as it'll be blown dead, and we're going to have a false start here on San Juan Hills. This is still a kind of a younger school. They've only been around since 2007, 2008 was the first academic year for the high schools. They've only had football for less than 20 years.
Amazing to consider what they've done in that time that they've existed.
They'll bring out trips to the left side, one receiver wide to the right. Herr surveys the defense. The 4-man rush, throws a fade to the back corner and a juggling catch. Then he could not hold on. Matheson smothering coverage out there by Keith Jones, the senior, who's got some Division II offers from southeastern Oklahoma State. Good coverage out there, but now 3rd and goal from the 14.
It was a great play from Keith Jones. It seems like he was hurt a little bit earlier. That's what the timeout was for, is an official timeout. It seems like Keith Jones may have had the wind knocked out of him, but he just made a great play right there.
All right, let's see what Herr dials up here. Rob Frith and his offensive coordinator have been together in the last 3 years. Heath, let's see if they bring in blitz on 3rd and long. They're going to bring 4. Herr steps up in the pocket, eludes pressure. Now will take off and run inside the 10. Gets to the 6, but it'll be 4th and goal at the 6-yard line. Brought down by Jones. Or pardon me, by Landon Foster. So it'll be 4th down and goal at the 6-yard line. And they'll bring their kicker out, Kyle Donahue, to try a short field goal attempt. This will be about a 22-yard attempt from the left hash. Donahue waiting the snap. Hold is down, and that one is up and good. So each team with 3 on the board on their first series will step away for this break. Be back in a moment on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
I'm Erin Neal, the principal agent and owner of Hamby Insurance. I am passionate about serving the local community and the surrounding areas. My goal is to take the hassle out of buying insurance. I want to educate you on what you're buying and help you make an informed decision. Whether it's personal or commercial insurance, my team and I will be here every step of the way to make sure you are getting the satisfaction you need and the coverage you deserve. My promise to you is that we will never hard sell you insurance, use slick sales techniques, or pressure you into making a decision that you're not comfortable with. Call us today at 972-285-0381 to find the best coverage to fit your needs.
Back here from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium here in Rockwall County, the Heath Hawks and the San Juan Hill Stallions tied at 3 here in the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Glad to have all our folks from California watching tonight. Put your comments where you're listening and watching at this evening. Here's the kickoff by Donahue and brought it pretty deep out of the end zone. That return by Delay Newton, and he's knocked out of bounds. And so looks like it'll be pretty deep field position back inside their 15 here for the Hawks. Is there a flag down? Yeah, there's an offsides. San Juan Hills was offsides on the kickoff, so they're going to make him re-kick this. A break for Heath.
Absolutely. Starting from the 15-yard line, not quite the best position, especially if your primary plays are running the ball and the screen plays. That'd be a long drive right there. So hopefully they can get a lot better field position on this one.
22-yard field goal by Kyle Donahue. And Bronson Mueller kicked it from 37 yards out, and that is our 2 scores in this one. And so Stallions will now kick it off from back at the 35-yard line.
And Bronson Mueller, on that kick that he had earlier, it seemed like he had a lot more leg left. He could probably kick that one from the 40-yard line if he wanted to.
Yeah, as long as it's 46, but you're exactly right. He can kick it from 50 plus. So we'll try it again here as Donahue will tee it up now from the 35-yard line. And this time they'll take it for a touchback. You see a lot of folks on the far side from San Juan Hills, from California. I mentioned they came here, the team did on Wednesday. They're actually going to the TCU Abilene Christian game tomorrow. And then in the morning, he said, Coach Frith, they're going to go downtown Fort Worth to the Stockyards. Something those kids will never see.
Yeah, probably not. But it should be a good time for all the adults.
And that offensive line for Heath, they look like they've been moving a lot of moving well up front. The big boys for the Hawks, as one of them jumped off sides for a moment there, but no flag is down. As it'll be 1st and 10 for the 25-yard line. And this one is going to be deflected and batted down at the line of scrimmage. We have a new quarterback, Collins Jones, the junior, is now in a quarterback here for the Hawks.
Collins Jones did play some last week against Prosper. He did play at the end of the game, but he also got an entire drive after Prosper Neal flipped over one of the defenders and lost his helmet. And after Prosper Neal had to be out for a mandatory one play, they just kept Collins Jones in the game, and he had himself a good drive. So he's getting himself an opportunity on this one.
Well, Heath, who usually goes the up tempo, they want to snap it 80 times per game, but now Jones, they went to the huddle, 2nd down and 10 for the 25-yard line. Zom breaks a tackle, stays on his feet as the pursuit continued that time. Roman Paseka, the nose guard for San Juan Hills, he's committed to play at San Diego State. Big kid at 6'40", 270. Was the first one to get a lick on Zom. It'll be now 3rd down and 7 here for the Hawks.
Leads his team in tackles for loss so far this season with 6. Very good player, and he made a very big play right here. Now he's forcing the Heath Hawks to potentially throw the ball in this play, which they typically prefer to run the ball, even though they are a pretty balanced offense.
Heath averages 459 yards a game. Now they bring a blitz, they pick it up. Jones looking deep, rolls left. Now he zigzags, comes back right, and he got some yards, but not quite enough. He'll be 1.5 yards shy of the down marker. It's going to be 4th and 1. And Coach Webb will not even think about it. He's going to bring the punt team out to the field on 4th and 1 yard.
I'm not sure who was on that far left side, but they ran a hitch route, just try to get past the sticks there. And it seems that San Juan just covered that really well, just smothered it and forced Collins Jones to make an executive decision.
A business decision.
Yes, especially at the end of that play.
So here's Mueller on the punt for the first time. He averages right at 40 yards per punt. This is a short one, though. Not a good punt. Goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
He does look a bit frustrated after that one as well.
Yeah, that is just a 24-yard punt. No return. And so a 3-3 ball game. Now the second possession for San Juan Hills. You know, one thing we'd mentioned about this Heath defense, they've given up over 500 yards on the average per game. The one thing Coach Webb, I know, would love to see his defense do is force a turnover. They've yet to force a turnover this year. They're -3 turnover margin. So that is one key. If they can find a way to get after the quarterback, maybe create a turnover, and be opportunistic.
Yes, sir. And I think the first turnover will come with one of these linebackers, perhaps with some pressure causing a fumble or something along those lines.
They go in the pistol up the middle. There's Ayala, breaks a couple tackles. Still moving the pile forward. Stays on his feet. He won't go down. He's got a first down in the plus territory inside the 45 out to the 42-yard line. What a tough run by Elijah Ayala, 16 yards. He's built like a bowling ball, 5'10", 185. And Coach Frith said he's very physical. He loves the run between the tackles. He used a reference. Now, they are from California, but he said he reminds him of LaDainian Tomlinson, the way he catches out of the backfield and also runs.
Yes, he just kept his legs moving right there, just heel toe, and his knees upward.
And the bubble screen that time, but quickly there to make the stop there for the Hawks, Carson Adams. A gain of 4 yards for San Juan Hills. And you see really on the offensive end, both teams look similar to way. A lot of bubble screens, a lot of screen passes, then they'll go long after you overcommit.
Absolutely, it's the battle of the H-back formation. Whoever they can get their running backs between the tackles and whoever can have the best screens, have the best blocking maybe will determine this game.
2nd down and 6. Herb, blitz coming from the edge, fires down the sideline. It's incomplete. Good coverage. That was the strong safety, Colton Lawfrey, out there for Heath. But a blitz right off the corner there brought some pressure in the face of her. So it's 3rd down and 6 coming up here for the Stallions.
I believe that number 33, Riley Black, that just ran off the field. He got a lick in on Timmy Herbert there at the end of that play. Forced him to make that throw.
Heath will bring 5 men, 2 extra backers. Herb fires now over the middle. That's incomplete. Looking for Luke Frith on the deep post. It'll be 4th down and 6. The offense stayed on the field for a moment. And now they will come off. Now remember, I told you this is a high-scoring offense. They've scored at least 38 or over 40 in their other 2 games. So they will bring their punter out. Ryan Gentile, a 6-foot-tall, 205-pound senior. Looks more like a linebacker than a punter. Stands back at the 50. And now we got whistles and flags down. With the 3rd flag on San Juan Hills, another false start call. And now back him up 5 more yards.
I was going to say that punter for San Juan, that body that he has, that's just power. That's all that is. That's so he can get that leg under that ball and just make it sail out in the end zone. That's all power.
Colton Lafferty back to receive this punt. They're coming after it, and they got to it. It's blocked inside the 50, picked up by the Hawks. They had 3 Hawks converge on that one. He was smothered up. So a block punt. We mentioned turnovers. That's the same as the turnover right there. That was blocked by Landon Hatcher for the Hawks.
And that was a great play last week. The Heath Hawks punter, Bronson Mueller, he's also the kicker, he had his punt blocked as well after an errant snap happened. So they got their get back this week. And special teams, last week against Prosper, they almost blocked a field goal and their punt at least 4 times from whenever I watched the game. So good job on that special teams unit. They finally got their block.
Prosper Neal's back at quarterbacks. They start in San Juan Hills territory. Play fake, looking deep, slings it high and deep to Gary at the 10, a jump ball, and he hauls it in at the 5. What a grab by Sean Gary. That will go for 39, make it 38 yards, 1st and goal Hawks.
What a great play there from Sean Gary as they go for a no huddle here. He was just on a post route, and it was great coverage, but he got that 50-50 ball.
Neal takes the snap, hands it off. No, he'll take it himself on the RPO, breaks a tackle, and strolls into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks.
That was a great play design there, a read option. It seems that blocked punt gave him all the energy they needed. Sean Gary and Prosper Neal were fired up after their respective plays.
7-yard rushing touchdown by Prosper Neal. His 2nd rushing touchdown in 2025. 2 plays after the block punt. Talk about a big momentum swing. The Hawks score on a quick 45-yard drive. And now here's Mueller for the point after to make it a 10-3 ball game. It's good. He's perfect. 14 for 14 this year. So 10-3 score. We'll step away. Heath on top of the Rockwell ISD Sports Network.
This broadcast is also brought to you by Rockwall Sports Center. Rockwall Sports Center has proudly served the community for over 20 years. They are a sporting goods, screen printing, and custom apparel company based in Rockwall, Texas. Their retail storefront offers an extensive selection of school spirit wear, team uniforms, and athletic gear. Thank you, Rockwall Sports Center, for sponsoring this broadcast.
Well, Sean Gary does it again. The acrobatic catch from 37 yards. Now an onside squib kick, a loose ball in the field. The Hawks recovered it. Did it go the distance, though? No, it did not. It did not go the 10 yards. It has to go 10 yards before you make contact unless it touched a stallion first. And it did. The officials get together, and they're going to say that I think Jacob Mullen, right there on your screen, touched it before. And then it's a live ball.
Indeed, it did touch one of the San Juan defenders there, and it looked like all the coaches there and all the players there on the sidelines, they were able to pull off a suits-like lawyer defense there, and they were able to convince him. But it looks like they're about to make a ruling themselves on the field and for having a conversation right now.
Well, Rob Frith and his staff's not happy. They're out on the field as well. Coach Frith, he was quite the athlete himself back in the day. We've got two great athletes here. He played football and baseball at Division III Whittier College outside of Los Angeles. And, of course, Rodney Webb, a Hall of Famer, offensive lineman at Tarleton State back in the late 80s. Hall of Famer as a player and as a coach. Was inducted in the Texas High School Hall of Fame this past summer. So it will stand. It's confirmed. An onside kick. So he's going deep into his bag of tricks here in this first quarter. 10-3 Hawks and get the block punt. And now an onside kick. Again, the rule is the ball must travel 10 yards unless it's touched by a receiving team. And if they can't handle it, which apparently it touched Jacob Mullen, then it's a live ball at that point.
Trademark aggression here from Coach Webb. I like it. I like it a lot.
So they go with four wide receivers. Neal will give it up the gut. And the first time we get to see Mikhail Yeager as he goes up the middle for about 3 yards. Now Neal will take it himself on the scamper off the right side, and San Juan Hill says he fumbled the football, or was he down?
A bunch of bodies were covering him. I wasn't able to see if he was down or not, but it looks like they're saying he was down.
Yep, he was down. 3rd down and 4 from the 46. Stallions jumped off sides, but they got back before the snap. Throws it to the near sideline. A good catch by Gary. That's going to be a first down. He tiptoed and got the grab at the 38-yard line. That's a pickup of 8 yards. I think San Juan Hills assumed they were off sides, but again, they got back to the right side before the snap of the ball.
I think the Heath offensive linemen thought they were off sides because after the ball was snapped, they didn't move at all. That could be a part of the playbook, but I'm not totally sure.
From the 38 of San Juan Hills, it's Neal again on a keeper. Nice block around the edge. Breaks a tackle, cuts back. Oh, he crossed over a Stallion inside the 20 out to the 18-yard line. Showing all the moves. Prosper Neal. 20-yard gain to the 18 of San Juan Hills.
A great play there from Prosper Neal. And back to the running back there, Mikhail Yeager. Last week against Prosper, he played 11 snaps. Carter Zom, usually the starter for the Heath Hawks, he played 41. Brian Wamba, he played 20 snaps. And so Mikhail Yeager, I believe, I can't see it on here. Is he a sophomore?
Yeager is, just a sophomore. They're going to go in the quick huddle here, and now they're going to change the play. 2-men in motion. They'll set up. A lot of movement pre-snap. It's going to be a bubble screen caught by Gary, and he has balled it up and brought down the 16-yard line. But going back to your point, a lot of talent in that backfield.
Absolutely. They love making use of all their running backs. And that was Carter Jam and Mikhail Yeager both behind quarterback Prosper Neal. Mikhail Yeager on his left hip and Jam on his right hip. And they both motioned outward, and that was just a great play there for Sean Gary. But absolutely, they love making use of all their running backs.
Well, this is a San Juan Hills team that's ranked number 14 overall in the state of California. That's all classifications. A very good squad. Here's the jet sweep coming around the edge. That is Zom. Gets outside the numbers. He'll be knocked out of bounds, and a late flag comes in. For now, he's out of bounds at the 13. They'll mark it actually at the 11. See if that's a face mask or a late hit. That's where the flag came from. So it's going to be a hold on Heath during the run. That's going to be a spot foul.
There was a little bit of discussion there. I'm not sure if they were considering about picking up the flag or not, or maybe discussing who was the one that was doing the holding. Good for the officials, making sure that their calls are correct.
So 2nd down and 15 now from the 23-yard line. Still the first quarter, Heath. This drive was going quickly down the field and now stalled a little bit by their first penalty of this first quarter. They go with an H-back. Instead, we'll give it to Zom, and he got grabbed by the ankles and brought down at the line of scrimmage. As making the tackle there was Caden Sandor, a senior outside linebacker.
Good play by Sandor, just able to get up the middle and tripped up Carter Zomberg. Just got him by his ankles.
So now got a 3rd down and about 14 yards to go. You're obviously in field goal range. Let's see what they do here in 3rd down. They'll bunch it up on the left-hand side. Stallions bring a blitz. Neal's in trouble, escapes, eludes pressure running, looking deep downfield. He's going to take off to the 20, to the 16, and rolled out of bounds. Still about 7 yards from the first down marker. So it'll be 4th down coming up. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 15. 4th down and call it 6.
Neal showing off his athleticism there. Got away from 2 San Juan defenders. Just a great play, turning usually what would be a negative play into a positive one. That's how you know you're playing with a great football player.
Well, Mueller 4 for 4 on the year. He'll try this one. This is a 32-yard attempt from the right hash. And that one's on the way. Plenty of leg, and he boots it through. He's got a 37-yarder. Now a 32-yard attempt is good. 13-3, Heath on top.
Hey Hog Nation, this is Coach Webb. Just giving a shout out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of the Ford team for the 2025 football season and their support for the remarkable achievements that students and staff strive to accomplish daily. Over the years, they have extended their unwavering support to every athlete, coach, and staff member as they diligently pursue their goals and ultimately achieve victory. We look forward to the continued partnership. Let's go Hawks!
After the onside kick, the Hawks move it down the field and eventually get the 32-yard field goal by Bronson Mueller. 13-3 our score. This all really started, Trevor. It's again Jeremy Bryant in for Shannon Rodden. Trevor Webb with us. Got Tristan Rodden here and Brian James on camera. Here's the kickoff now. San Juan Hills, good return last time. Here's another one down the sideline. He put the brakes on and fell down. That's Ryan Matheson. Still good field position around the 35-yard line. But again, that punt block really kind of changed this first quarter. There is a flag down, by the way.
Yes, absolutely. It was a very big play there from the special teams unit for the Heath Hawks. But let's see what this flag here is. They're discussing this one once again.
Yeah, typically you see a flag on the return. 99% of the time that's going to be on the return team, and that's exactly what this is. So that great field position, now inside the 25-yard line.
So far, San Juan, they have a few flags on them. If they want to get back into this game, they need to clean it up a little bit. But hey, the Heath Hawks will absolutely take it.
Well, I was looking forward to seeing this kid, Timmy Herr. He has Portland State, and I mentioned a couple other kids or other schools looking at him. But Coach Rob Frith is very high on him. Said he's one of the toughest kids you'll see. He's always the first one in practice, first one off the bus. Just a great leader. Love how both coaches very high on their quarterbacks. 1st and 10 from their own 24-yard line. And back to throw. Herr has a pocket, slings the middle. That ball's almost intercepted. He was looking for Cove Davis and playing center field. Colton Lawfer, he almost picked it off.
And number 33, Riley Black there with the quarterback pressure and actually got him, licked him again. Just got him with a lick. All this pressure. It was a 4-man rush, but the pressure is really getting to Timmy Herr so far in this game.
Yeah, both teams like to use their linebackers and come out from different angles, different blitzes. being aggressive in this first quarter. Second down and 10. The Stallions will spread things out here. They put Davis in motion. 3-man front for the Hawks. Give it off. There's Ayala. This time off right tackle. He is going to be brought down by Luke Mitchell. Came off the edge and got there in a hurry. And Coach Webb says Luke Mitchell is the fastest and stronger player pretty much against any team every game.
He looked very fast on that play. It seemed like he was coming in for a blitz regardless. Came in like a nickel cornerback and just got the good play. Got a good play right there.
We mentioned he's going to the Naval Academy. He also had an offer from Cornell as the very high GPA. He's ranked, Coach Webb said, number 6 academically in his class. Third down and 9. Just a 3-man rush this time. Hurst steps up in the pocket. He's going to take off, and he got brought down from behind. Pursued and brought down at the 32. Shy of the first down. And that was for the Hawks. That's Jarrett Simpson. So brings up 4th and 4.
Great coverage by the secondary for the Heath Hawks, just forcing Timmy Herr to make some executive decisions so far in this game. He's had to scramble a couple of times now, which is not something that San Juan does very much. Timmy Herr doesn't rush the ball a lot, but he can.
That is the end of the first quarter. In our score, the Heath Hawks 13 and the San Juan Hills Stallions from San Juan Capistrano 3. We'll be back with just more of this big Texas high school football game here from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium in just a moment.
I'm Zach Riddle with Riddle Brothers Roofing and Construction. We're proud to be your local roofing experts right here in Rockwall. Whether it's storm damage or roof replacement or just making sure your home is protected, we bring quality craftsmanship and a commitment to doing things the right way. We're also proud supporters of the Rockwall Heath Hawks this season because building strong roofs and building a strong community go hand in hand. From our family to yours, go Hawks!
We start the second quarter. And be a punt coming up here for San Juan Hills. Ryan Gentile will punt it, and this one's a little wobbler. That's going to bounce at the 40 and die around the 36-yard line. So punt of about 31 yards, no return. And that first quarter, each team with a field goal. Then Mueller had another field goal, a 32-yarder for Bronson Mueller. And then a 7-yard rushing touchdown by Prosper Neal. And that's why it's a 13-3 ball game. Again, the turning point, a block punt. After the game was a 3-3 score at that point, 10 unanswered. And now, like we said earlier, we're going to see alternating quarterbacks. Collins Jones back at QB here for Heath.
That punt there from San Juan was almost blocked again by number 30, Mikhail Yeager. So their special teams using it is doing it a lot today.
Rolling right, fires to the far sideline, and Gary makes that catch. It's got to be at least 6, maybe 7 catches for him tonight. So Collins Jones back at quarterback. He looks comfortable out there. Gain of 6, be second down and 4.
It looks like Brian Wamba came in for Carter Zom just now. Let's see if they give him the ball right off the rip.
Wamba with 19 carries on the season from at the Heath 42. You're exactly right. Wamba right up the middle, runs over a Stallion. He's across midfield. He's got a first down, and that's a gain of 9 for Brian Wamba. 200-pound senior, 5'11". He'll stay in. San Juan Hills jumped off sides. I don't see a flag. Here's the pass to the far sideline in the flat. The catch is made by Gary. About a 7-8 yard gain on first down.
I guess it is a part of the playbook. If they think they get somebody jumped off sides, and the center will snap it and nobody will block.
The H-back is in. That's strong side right. Quick snap. Give it off. It's Wamba looking for a crease. Goes out left. Breaks into a tackle. Outside the numbers. Makes a stiff arm down the sideline. He's on his feet inside the 10 and finally knocked out of bounds. A touchdown saving tackle by Cooper Chila.
Great play there from Wamba. He was able to get out of that arm tackle and just bounced all the way back out to the outside. That's what running backs are taught to do, and he executed that one perfectly.
32-yard gain, 1st and goal at the 10-yard line. Well, Coach Rodney Webb said he wants to see a balance. He wants to see almost a balanced, equal team. And going into tonight, they have been almost equally balanced. Wamba stays in. Give it right back up the gut. Wamba is going to walk into the end zone. A gigantic hole. Touchdown, Hawks for the 10 yards out. First touchdown this year for Brian Wamba.
And a great sequence there from Brian Wamba. I believe almost every yard that was gained on this drive was gained by him. All credit to Brian Wamba for that touchdown. Oh, excuse me, let me rephrase. Great hole opened up by the offensive line for the Heat, for the Heath Hawks. But Brian Wamba, great plays from him.
Yeah, they've gone off left guard, right guard behind Lara and Marsh in this first half. 17 unanswered if the extra point is good here by Mueller, and it is. 20-3 our score. Heath on top of the San Juan Hills Stallions.
American National Bank of Texas wants you to know that many of their customers and communities to know that they understand they might feel economic uncertainty, but they're always here to lend a hand in good times and not so good times. They will remain your bank for life. For helping local businesses access vital funding to make it easier for you to bank. We're committed to providing the financial tools and resources you need for today and for tomorrow. Thank you, American National Bank of Texas, for sponsoring this broadcast and supporting your Heath Hawks.
20-3 our score. Heath out to this lead. And Coach Rodney Webb said, hey, our defense has got to play better. Well, I think they have come to play tonight, Trevor, in this first half. This is a highly respected offense from San Juan Hills. They put up huge numbers their first 3 games, but so far I know it's early second quarter, but I think some bright spots right now for this Hawks defense.
Absolutely, and last week against Prosper, it looked like it was an even game going into the second half. I believe it was either 13-10 or they were tied at 10 going into the second half. And then in the second half, Prosper was able to just score, I believe, on 5 straight drives. So if they can continue this throughout the entire game, then we have just a resurgence for this Heath defense.
Now the kickoff return here. Matheson this time is going to be spun around and dragged down inside the 20-yard line, as the tackle is made out there for Heath by Ryan Vasili. So first down for Timmy Herr and San Juan Hills. Let's see if they can get an answer here. They moved the football really well that first series of downs, but have stalled the last 3 drives.
Credit to the linebacker unit. They were able to get a lot of pressure on Timmy Herr so far for this early portion of the game. Let's see if they can continue that.
Elijah Ayala has been a wrecking ball thus far. He's in the backfield lined up next to Herr with 3 wide receivers. Give it off to Ayala right behind his left guard, and he will get out to the 20-yard line. If you see under screen there, right there, number 71, that's Cooper Jaworski. You see him right there. That kid, 6'4", 280. Listen to this. He's committed to play football at UCLA. He got offers from Auburn. And once Auburn made a commitment to Jaworski, they came from everywhere. But he's committed to play at UCLA. He's had offers from UNLV, Army, Colorado State, Air Force. He's ranked number 87 in California's overall high school recruits. He makes a block there for Ayala, opens up a hole. Only about a gain of 2, and brings up a 3rd down and 5.
Coach Carter, the defensive coordinator for the Heath Hawks, he loves stacking this box with all those versatile linebackers. They usually have about 6 or 7 guys right in there, so it's very difficult to run the ball against this defense. It's just the passing defense has not quite been there through 2 weeks, but through a quarter and some change, they've done a really good job.
Let's see what the Hawks dial up, if they'll bring a blitz here. You got 2 receivers on each side. Kolinsinski's in motion. Back to throws her. He's going to throw a bomb down the sideline. He's got a man out there. And the grab is made for a moment, and he could not hold on. I thought he had it incomplete. And he was looking at his, I believe, Luke Frith out there. He's their big play receiver. Yeah, that was Frith on a go route down the sideline.
He was covered by number 1, Chase Mason. That was a great play for Mason as well. It looked like Frith had the ball at first, and then as he was coming down, Mason just did not give up on the play, and the Air Force commit was able to pop that out right there toward the end of the play, and it was incomplete.
I think that was Quincy Jones right there for Heath.
Oh, excuse me. I was looking at the wrong list.
But
Quincy
he
Jones
is a heck of a talent as well. Exactly right. And here's the punt. And this is going to be grabbed by Laufrey at the 40 and jukes his way to the 47-yard line. And, the punter is shaken up. Did you see contact down there? He's on his back.
I did not. I was rearranging my notes after I got the wrong name.
Hey, it's our first game here for Heath Hawks football. Jeremy Bryant alongside Trevor Webb, but there is a flag down, and it looks like this is going to nullify that punt. And we're going to have a roughing the punter or running into the punter called against Heath. And Gentile is on his feet now, gets back up. Now, there's the 5-yard and the 15-yard variety. And they did call, it was a first down for San Juan Hills. So they got a second chance on the series.
Absolutely, and what a break that they got there. They were on their, what was that? They were on the 22-yard line, and now that they get a lot more advantageous position in 1st and 10, it looks like at about the 37-yard line. A lot better than what they've had so far on these kickoffs.
Well, I can see Rodney Webb right there giving the official an earful in that sideline. The head linesman did not like the call. So a new set of downs. First down for the Stallions. They're down by 17 here on the road. Their first ever out-of-state trip in school history. There's the jet sweep. Got a block, but Cove Davis is swung around and brought down. That's Landon Foster, a kid that's had offers from UTSA and East Texas A&M. And Coach Webb told me he's a pass rush specialist with his speed, his ferocity to get to the ball, and you see at that time just getting to the ball and making the play.
He's well sized for his position as well as 6'2", 215. And at that size and being that quick, you're going to be versatile hopefully everywhere once he develops his game more.
There's a quick slant. The catch is made. Breaks the tackle across midfield out to the 40-yard line. The slant and a first down. That is Luke Frith. As they pick up a gain of 23, make it 24 yards into Heath territory down to 38.
Last week against Prosper, Heath got killed on all these slants and post routes going up the middle. Hopefully they can stop the bleeding here.
First catch tonight for Luke Frith. He's the son of the head coach, Rob Frith. Here's Ayala. He got bounced around, stays on his feet. Here comes those red jerseys. They just keep coming after him. And he's finally brought down, no gain at the line of scrimmage.
Keith and Jones came in at the end of that play there just to deliver a little bit extra mustard on that one.
So it brings up a second down and 10. This is really for San Juan Hills a must-score possession. The Hawks have scored 17 unanswered points in San Juan Hills' first trip ever out of state. And they were told by several coaches, you got to go to Texas. That's where it's at. The hospitality by their fans, and that's exactly what Coach Frith has said about Rockwall ISD. 2nd and 10. Hers looking to throw. Pumps. Now he fires middle. He's got a man. A low pass and a nice catch made. It's incomplete. Frith had it for just a moment, but he couldn't get down to the ground. And now flags after the play is over. Well after the play. And this is going to be a personal foul on someone. It's going to be on. That's going to be on Heath. That was on Tyler Marsh, the nose guard. 5'10", 315. You can't miss him. And he got caught that time for a personal foul, and Coach Webb giving his thoughts to our head referee.
Seems there was a little bit of extracurriculars there in the trenches. Maybe Tyler Marsh didn't like what was going on, maybe, from the center, Cooper Jaworski.
You know, early on we saw both teams helping each other up. There was a lot of good sportsmanship, but now you get deeper into the game, it's getting more competitive and intense out there. First down and 10. Herr's going to take it himself. First time we've seen their quarterback take it. Timmy Herr, he's got some good legs out to the 20-yard line, picks up 3 yards, make it 4. He's ran this year for 68 yards, again, 2 rushing touchdowns.
He can run. He has 2 rushing touchdowns, as you mentioned. He can run if he wants to. He has scrambled a couple times as well after the pressure from the Heath defense has forced him to.
They'll bring 3 wide receivers out. And a play action, pressure in his face, throws to the end zone. The Matheson, it's underthrown. He came back to the ball, and it's caught. Touchdown for San Juan Hills. Now there is a flag down. He threw a flag before he signaled touchdown. There was a blitz, and the touchdown will stand. Ryan Matheson makes the grab 20 yards out. And San Juan Hills has their first touchdown of the game. It will stand. That would be defensive pass interference. That ball was severely underthrown, but actually worked out to their advantage.
Absolutely. He got it in that in a place where only his wide receiver could make a play. And Heath sent they sent everybody that they could after him. A 5-man blitz. That was Zeke Cannon there, who hit the quarterback, Timmy Herr, at the very end of that play. As they have done all game, it was just a good throw and a great catch.
So Stallions cut this lead nearly in half. And do we have more flags down? There's another flag down, it looks like, on the extra point. And it's going to be a false start on the Stallions. It's at least 3 false start calls in this game. So they'll back him up 5, and another point after try for Kyle Donahue. Ryan Matheson, that's his 3rd touchdown catch of the year. And for Timmy Herr, touchdown pass number 12. Now you got a extra point try of 25 yards. And it hit the upright. It's no good. So mark that moment, that false start. They had the re-kick. And that could be a very big turning point later in this game. It's an 11-point lead now for Heath here in the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by the Toll Brothers. They want you to know everything that sets the Toll Brothers apart from the competition. That includes the places they choose to build, their impressive architecture, personalization options to suit your style, and the seasoned experts on your team. That all sets you on the path to a new home that you will love. Discover the Toll Brothers advantage. Thank you, Toll Brothers, for sponsoring this broadcast and the Rockwall ISD Sports Network as a whole.
So our new score, 20-9. San Juan Hills with that 20-yard touchdown pass from Timmy Herr to Ryan Matheson. The extra point try, no good. And now the kickoff coming out of the end zone. This is Zom, breaks a tackle down the sideline, stays on his feet, and is knocked out of bounds by Donahue. Or else he might go the distance.
What a play by Kyle Donahue there. Absolutely, he was the last man standing, and great play from Carter Zom. It was just a better tackle from Kyle Donahue. I'd also like to point out, it seems that so far that penalties are just hurting both teams. If the penalties just weren't a thing, if they were able to clean up on both sides, then this would be a lot closer game, especially for San Juan's side. And for Heath, that touchdown may not have happened.
Don't forget, they have the Resthaven Funeral Home halftime show coming up. And now Heath, great field position. Here's Neal back to throw on first down. Pressure in his face. It's a screen caught by Gary. Long ways to go. Gets to the sideline. Gets a block downfield inside the 40 and knocked out of bounds at the 36-yard line. But good block downfield there by Lozano for Heath. And another first down. That's going to be a pickup of 17 on first down for the Hawks. And now we got a flag thrown, and goes right to your point. I think we have too many men on the field, maybe. That was thrown before. I'll take that back. False start. I know it's game 3 for Heath and game number 4 for San Juan Hills, but you're right. Too many penalties, too many pre-snap penalties for both teams.
Yes, Coach Frith and Coach Webb are going to have something to say to their teams during halftime. Let's just hope that it isn't too bad.
And let's hope you have no live microphones down there for those adjustments.
Absolutely.
First down and 15 now. Stallions are showing a blitz. And Prosper Neal, Coach Webb said he will be allowed to change a play as much as he wants pre-snap. He will give a draw. It's Zom, bounces it outside, and he'll be dragged down a shoestring tackle at the 37-yard line. Now, Coach Webb said that Prosper Neal has an extremely high football IQ, and we give him the latitude to change plays pre-snap.
It's a great attribute for your quarterback to be able to read the defense and able to call their own game on the fly, really.
Gain of just 3 yards on that run by Zom. It'll be second down and 12. Newton is in motion. It's another draw to Zom. This time a bigger hole. He's got 10. He's into the secondary. He's got 13 yards and a first down inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And they'll move the chains once again right up the gut.
They love Carter Zom. He has an uncanny ability to fall forward after that first tackle.
That's a screen, goes right through his hands. Zom was looking for the screen, and I think there's some wires crossed there because it looked like they had a bubble screen set up here on the near side as well.
Absolutely. Just a symptom of no huddle offense. Just trying to go as fast as you can, and maybe sometimes some players will be a little bit confused. It looks like Brian Wamba has come in for Carter Zom as well.
Wamba had a couple good runs last time we saw him out on the field. Each team's only had one punt so far in this first half. He's taking a lot of time. They're going to have to use a timeout. Play clock's already at 7 seconds. Then they just now break the huddle. Yeah, they're going to have to use a timeout here. All right, we'll take a little break. 20-9 is our score. Hawks on top. And a short timeout here in the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Texas Health of Rockwall. Texas Health Hospital of Rockwall is proud to serve the growing areas of Rockwall County, Kaufman County, Hunt County, Eastern Dallas, and Southern Collin County, as well as many other outlying areas. In 2024, to meet the growing needs of our community, Texas Health of Rockwall completed an expansion that doubled the size of their hospital, adding more patient beds, a level 1 NICU, cardiac cath lab, and expanded other departments including labor and delivery, OR, and the emergency room. So, consider Texas Health of Rockwall a proud sponsor of the Rockwall ISD Sports Network and this broadcast.
And for those of you in California watching, yes, we brought in a professional voice-over guy all the way from Alabama for this broadcast here tonight. Thank you to Tristan helping us out. Second down and 10. Zom's in motion, zigging and zagging. Neal's going to take it himself up the middle on the draw. He gets inside the 20. Got about 7 yards on first down. A lot of motion there pre-snap of the backfield, Trevor.
Absolutely. They love utilizing this motion. Last week against Prosper, they utilized it quite a bit, especially with Carter Zom. They loved him, the jet motion, and they also like bringing Nick Phillips, number 10, the H-back in for motion as well. It creates a lot of versatility and a lot of confusion for the defense. And with Prosper Neal as a quarterback, he can really get back there.
Go right back to Zom, and he goes right between the tackles, between the hedges. He's going to have a first down inside the 15, down to about the 12. Just a good methodical drive, this time playing old school football. And we know they like to snap it 80 times, but they're going back to the huddle now on this drive.
Unlike their usual fast-paced, aggressive style, but it seems to be working so far.
So first down. It's going to be a reverse. Give it off to Gary. He's being pursued by 4 white jerseys and swallowed up back at the 18-yard line. The first one there was Jacob Mullen. Also there for the Stallions, Jonah Sanchez. And that's a big loss. A loss of about 7. Now you got second down. We'll call it 16 back at the 18-yard line.
Absolutely, and they're going to a huddle once again. I don't know if they've gone into a huddle this many times consecutively throughout the entire season so far.
You mentioned the balance. They averaged, Heath, 226 rushing yards a game, 234 passing yards per game. That's almost extremely 50%, almost down the middle balanced. Prosper Neal play fake, picks up the block. He's got plenty of room. Now he's going to take off. There he goes to the 10, at the 5. Oh, big hit at the 5-yard line. That was Luke Frith, the free safety, who popped Neal, but he's close to the down marker. He's going to be just shy, it looks like. Very close. But they might even measure this. It'll be third down and short. Boy, you see the wheels of Prosper Neal taking off that time.
Absolutely. The wheel is on for him, got him that near first down, but it was his brain that really got it to him. He pump faked that ball out. I'm not sure who that was. I believe that was the H-back, and when he got that pump fake, it allowed the hole to create a little bit more for him to go down the middle.
Here's Zom on first down, and he rumbles into the end zone. Touchdown, Hawks. From 4 yards out, Carter Zom scores his 4th rushing touchdown of the year. And Heath now leads 26-9 with a point coming up. That was the Carter Zom drive. I mean, he just dominated that drive, that offensive line as well.
Absolutely, and we go back to the versatility of their running backs. Brian Wamba had his own dominant drive earlier, and now 2 of the 4 running backs for Heath have touchdowns in this game so far.
Extra point good, 27-9 our score. 2:49 to play till halftime. Back after this in the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This broadcast, as well as the Mighty Hawk Band, is brought to you by Rockwall Ford. Rockwall Ford, as you might have seen earlier in the commercial portion of the broadcast, is your local source for all things Ford. They'll help you find and finance the perfect vehicle for you, or you can book an appointment with their state-of-the-art service center if you ever need to take care of a Ford that you already own. Ask for Jeff Hicks, proud supporter of the Rockwall ISD Athletics. Thank you, Rockwall Ford, for sponsoring this broadcast, as well as the upcoming Mighty Hawk Band performance.
All right, thank you, Tristan. Jeremy Bryant alongside Trevor Webb, which a lot of you have been asking, wait, his last name is Webb. Do you think he's a distant cousin of Coach Webb?
I am not related to Coach Webb whatsoever. I have gotten that.
I think you need to change your story.
It's been a long time. I went to Williams Middle School and Rockwall High School not too long ago, and I've been getting that ever since I was like 12 years old. Are you related to Coach Webb? I am not. Nor am I related to Justin Webb, who's usually on broadcast with Shannon.
And you were in high school at Rockwall the same time Coach Webb was over there, so I mean, you got that asked a few times as well.
I don't think he was head coach whenever I was there. I'm 22 years old, so I graduated from Rockwall High School a little over 4 years ago now.
Okay.
Class of 21. Shout out to everybody else who went to Rockwall High School around the same time as me. But, I believe he left shortly before I enrolled.
Yeah, he was at Geyer that year. Yeah, in 2020. Yeah, that's right.
That's right. And I was in middle school, so I just narrowly avoided the Rodney Webb experience on the football team.
Well, first down and 10 now for San Juan Hills. And let's see if they can get some momentum before halftime here. 27 on the board in this first half, highest scoring first half for Heath. And that was nearly picked off, and its catch is made by Cove Davis in traffic out to the 43-yard line. That was a dime by Timmy Herr and a gain of 18 yards.
What a throw by Timmy Herr, just narrowly avoiding number 16, Carson Adams, the linebacker out there.
And they'll go in the hurry-up tempo now with 2.5 minutes left to go in this first half. Herr, deep drop pumps. Now he's looking on the corner, and a juggling, diving catch. Yes, it is made. And that was the first grab of the night by Cooper Chila. So Chila, the a junior for San Juan Hills, makes the grab. In 2 plays, they're already at the Heath 39-yard line. Here comes the blitzer. Ayala picks it up, and a little miscommunication. They're looking for a bubble screen. Luke Frith, the intended receiver, he was coming in, but it looked like that pass was intended to go farther out to the numbers.
Absolutely, and on that blitz there was number 9. That was Luke Mitchell. He came in, and their running back, I believe that was Ayala, he picked him up, but Luke Mitchell was able to shake him free and was able to get his hands up in his face, and I assume that's what caused that throw to be errant.
Yeah, we're seeing both teams great running back talent here. Ayala, he's got offers from Wyoming, Northern Arizona, Cal Poly. He's got some outstanding running backs that we've talked about throughout the night. Second down and 10, another blitz. Herr's going to take off. Looking to throw, and it dumps off. There's Ayala down the sideline, tiptoeing inside the 25 to the 20, inside the 20. Boy, look at the way that Timmy Herr improvised that time, and he stayed behind the line of scrimmage to find Ayala.
Absolutely. That was a great play from Timmy Herr. He was forcing the defender there to make a decision. Either go after him or go after Ayala, and he chose Timmy Herr, and he paid for it.
24-yard pass play. And now the 2-minute timeout, and we'll take it with him. Heath on top, 27-9 is our score, but San Juan Hills driving here late in the second quarter. Texas versus California high school football back in just a moment. We'll stay right here with our score, 27-9. And so you've seen Ayala be involved, the running back, in their passing game. And Heath has 2 timeouts left. Looks like San Juan Hills also 2 timeouts left. So plenty of time for San Juan Hills to score. In fact, probably plenty of time for Heath maybe to get a score before the second quarter expires.
Absolutely. We mentioned earlier Bronson Mueller, the kicker for Heath, has a leg on him, so maybe they could get down to the territory for him to get it.
Herr throws it to Matheson at the goal line, and he can't make the grab. That was once again on the coverage. Keith and Jones one-on-one. He likes to throw it on that back shoulder fade.
Absolutely. And earlier today, that was a pass, I believe. Let me just get a quick look at their offense. Number 10, Ryan Matheson. That was a touchdown play earlier, except he threw it at his legs where only Matheson could get it there. But good job there from Keith and Jones, making sure he got his arm all the way over both shoulders to prevent that back shoulder catch.
Herr's got 159 yards passing in this first half. 9 for 17. He's going to see a blitz here. 5 rushers coming after him. Deep pocket, slings it, and it's knocked away. Incomplete. Quincy Jones knocked that one away. Be third down and 10 coming up here for the Stallions.
The outside corners for this defense are making their names known. Number 1, Quincy Jones, and number 0, Keith and Jones. The Joneses. Making sure that they don't get plays on top of them.
Yeah, both these, Quincy, he's got offers from Portland State. Other schools looking at him, and we mentioned Keith and Jones, a couple D2 schools looking at him, and some interest as well from smaller FCS schools. Third down and 10. Cove Davis goes in motion. 4 wide receivers. Herr takes the snap. Pressure coming. He somehow escapes now. He is sacked from behind. Moravec makes the sack there for Heath. That is Grant Moravik, the senior. And 4th down and 12 here. Timeout taken, I believe, by Heath sideline. So let's see what Coach Frith will do here. You'd think he'll try the field goal. We'll stay right here for this timeout to see what they do. It's coming up again, the Resthaven Funeral Home halftime show.
There was great pressure there from the Heath Hawks defense. Once again, making sure that their linebackers have an effect on the game, as they've had all game.
We'll have the interview we had with Rodney Webb coming up at halftime. And the Mighty Hawk marching band out there as well. It is first responders night, and a great ceremony on the field before the game involving elementary school kids and some of our first responders here in Rockwall County on the field before the game. Okay, so they're going to bring out their kicker. Kyle Donahue out here for San Juan Hills. His holder is Cooper Chila. This will be a 35-yard attempt. Now, he missed an extra point after a false start on the last and the only touchdown so far for the Stallions. 35-yard attempt from the right hash. And on the way, that one is up and good for Donahue. And now it's back to a 2-possession game at 27-12. We'll take a break here and be back in just a moment. The Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
This Hawk broadcast is brought to you by Sign Mart. Sign Mart of Rockwall is a proud supporter of the Rockwall ISD Athletics. If you ever need a sign or a banner, reach out to Jake Sparks. Sign Mart on the square in downtown Rockwall is a proud sponsor of this broadcast. Thank you, Sign Mart.
Each team now with 2 field goals made in this game. 35-yarder there by Kyle Donahue. And a 32-yard field goal as well in the first half. 27-12 our score. Now, you look at the stats here. Both teams have 200-plus yards of offense, a lot of offense, but for San Juan Hills, they've stalled in the red zone a couple times. An onside kick has helped out Heath, plus a block punt. Here's the kickoff return. And out to the 24-yard line. That is Lawfery. So Heath has got 90 seconds. They only have 1 timeout left. But remember, in high school football, the clock will stop after every first down to move the chains. And we've seen Heath go down the field quickly tonight.
Absolutely. It's usually just a part of their aggressive style. No huddles. This is where they will shine. In my opinion, I think they'll at least get 3. If their aggressive style really holds up like it has all game, I'm not sure they haven't scored yet on a drive.
You mentioned the big leg of Mueller, trying to get to about the 35-yard line to give him a chance. Neal's looking deep. He's got a man out in the middle of the field, incomplete. He had a wide open receiver, Prince Hobb, but he missed him by a couple steps, and that was going to be 6.
There's an unfortunate miss there, just a couple yards in front of him. Led him a little bit too far. It was a good look, just wasn't able to hit it.
So clock will stop, 2nd down and 10. Hobbs with 3 catches on the season, has a touchdown catch. He'll come off the field now, 3 wide receivers with 2 backs. Neal will roll to his right, gets a block, quick pass, and he skips that one on the turf looking for Gary. It's incomplete. That's one thing Coach Webb said. He loves Prosper Neal. He knows he needs to work on his accuracy, but he also said that will improve as he matures. He's 2 years here in high school.
Absolutely. As he gets older, he'll only get better. His mechanics and his body as well, just maturing, growing into it.
So 3rd down and 10. Now you wonder if Heath doesn't get the first down here. San Juan Hills maybe has a chance potentially get a score before halftime. See if Heath can convert on 3rd and long. They'll give it to Zom on a draw. He'll bounce it outside. He's got a first down and more across the 35 to the 40. Rumbles to the 41-yard line. He picks up 17 yards on a run on 3rd down and 10.
Great play call there. It seems the defense wasn't expecting a run play at all.
Big night for Carter Zom. Now Neal rolls to his left, has a convoy, fires to the sideline, throws it out of bounds. Well, Zom, after that last run, is now run for 67 yards in this first half. And has 1 touchdown. Clock stopped at 62 seconds now left to play in this first half. Looks like now San Juan Hills showing a blitz. They've got back up now. They have a 3-man, maybe actually now 5-men at the line of scrimmage, lining up to come after Neal. Put their H-back in motion. A high snap brings it down. Neal's going to run. Now just trying to find anywhere to go, and he'll be brought down back at the 40-yard line. And now San Juan Hills will use a timeout after that big tackle by Tyler Adams.
Great play there from Tyler Adams. If he wasn't able to get Prosper Neal there on the ground, he may have gone for a first down.
So interesting. So Coach Frith will use a timeout. San Juan Hills has 1 timeout left. Each team with 1 timeout. There's 54 seconds left. It'll be 3rd down and 11. And if you're Coach Webb, do you go back to a running play here? Because if you don't get the first down, you force the Stallions to use the timeout.
I think they should. I think in this sort of field position, it's very difficult. I would maybe go for a screenplay. They have a lot of them in their playbook, and that could get a few yards. It could get a first down, considering Carter Zom is one of those guys who falls forward.
Okay, so let's see what that coaching staff will do down there. Rodney Webb, head coach, 180 wins, 92 losses in his Hall of Fame career, 24 years overall as a head coach. We mentioned Rob Frith, 8th season as the head coach at San Juan Hills High School. And they are 24-4 these last 3 seasons. 3rd down and 11, back to throw. Neal fires a slant, and that's caught. Schmarzlicker, his first catch of the night. The big 6'4" wide receiver hauls it in. First down, Hawks at the 43-yard line. A gain of 17. And Neal, quick tempo, play action. Lobs a high rainbow down the side for Hobbs, and he makes the catch for a moment and could not hold on as he was hit and the ball was jarred loose. And that was a big hit by that strong safety, Luke Frith. We have seen him lay the wood a couple times tonight. Again, we mentioned Luke at the coach's son, but he is a heck of a player. He plays both sides of the ball. He's got offers from UNLV, Nevada, and Hawaii.
Absolutely. That was an amazing play from Luke Frith, just coming from the other side of the field to make that play. Because that would have been a touchdown if he wasn't there.
That's the second time in this series we've seen Hobbs get behind the defense on a deep ball. Now we're down to 36 seconds to play in the first half. They'll go in a widespread formation with 4 wide receivers. Neal back, short drop. Now scrambles, throws, and that is going to be caught by Hobbs. Jukes down the sideline, knocked out of bounds, and gets his first reception of tonight. That's his 4th of the year. And a first down for the Hawks down to the 28-yard line. Pick up a 14.
Good awareness there from Hobbs to go out of bounds, but as you mentioned earlier, in high school football, if you get a first down, they will stop the clock. But he has a good head on his shoulders. Try to make the right play.
Well, they are in Bronson-Mueller range. From right here, that is about a 45-yarder. His longest is 46 this year. New set of downs. 4-man rush. Neal feeling pressure, lobs it for Zom. Nice catch. And he's trying to get out of bounds. He can't. He'll stay in bounds. Clock is running. And did Heath use their last timeout? Yes, they did. This is going to be their last timeout with 23 seconds to go.
You would have liked to see Jean try to run his way out of bounds there after he caught that ball. It seems like he hesitated trying to make a big play there. But Heath forced to use their final timeout, and maybe they're considering kicking the field goal right now.
Well, that's going to say, let's go into strategy here. It's 2nd down and 9. And you're right, if you get tackled in bounds, it's going to be tough to bring out the field goal unit. They get a kickoff before the first half expires. So, I mean, if you're going to throw it, it's going to be either near the sideline, nothing in the middle of the field.
It is 2nd down. They may try to go for something in the end zone first. They do have 23 seconds. That is, though, if they're trying to go for it all. A smarter thing to do would just be trying to go toward the sidelines, as you said, first.
Well, let's see what, of course, coaches to our right, next to the coaching box here, and see what they decide to do. Prosper Neal's still looking for the play. And now gets what he's looking for. Play clock is now going to start. So he's got plenty of time.
That's Mikhail Yeager, I believe, in the backfield now as well.
Yep, Yeager flanks to his right. Put a receiver in motion. Blitz coming. And Neal goes down. He's sacked. He stumbled trying to get back. And now again, that clock is ticking. They cannot stop it unless they spike the ball. And that's what they're going to try to do. They're going to try to down it on 3rd down. And they will spike it. So be incomplete. The line of scrimmage, though, is now back at the 32-yard line. This is going to be about a 50-yard attempt for Mueller. Oh, maybe 49 yards. Let me see. Let me mark this off. Yep, 49-yard attempt here for Bronson. It'll be a season long. He's perfect on the season.
He's got the leg for it for sure. Let's see if he's got the accuracy on this kick.
6 seconds left. Make it a 3-score game at halftime. Hold is down. Kick is on the way. Not have the distance. That might have been partially blocked, I believe. And it's no good. And that'll do it. Well, they're going to actually only have 2 seconds on the clock. I thought maybe all 6 seconds would run off. But from my angle, I thought that was partially blocked.
I'm not sure exactly what happened. It may have been a fumbling of the snap from the holder, because it looks like they had a little bit of an argument there toward the end. They were talking to each other, maybe a little bit of miscommunication, or maybe it was just a bit of a fumbled snap. But now San Juan has a chance, maybe if they wanted to try, but it looks like they're just going to take a knee.
And that's exactly what they do. So we go into the locker room. Entertaining first half, a lot of offense. Yeah, a lot of players on both teams going to be playing college football on Saturdays the next couple of years. And I think the second half will be even a lot more fun. 27-12 our halftime score. The Resthaven Funeral Home halftime show is coming up next. Heath on top by 15. Stay with us here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
You know that Resthaven has been a part of this community for over 50 years. Dwayne and Ann Kane founded this business in order to take care of the families in the community. I've taken on that, and I want to keep doing it for each and every one of you. I grew up here in Rockwall, and it's important to me that this community continues to operate the way it always has. That is neighbor taking care of neighbor. When I lost my dad, Resthaven took care of my family, and it is my intention to take care of as many families as I can in the future.
The Mighty Hawk Band would like to proudly thank their 2025 to 2026 corporate sponsors for their continued support. You make this possible. Starting with platinum sponsors, they have Rockwall Ford, Forvis and Mazars, as well as Sugar Llamas. Their gold sponsors include Yes Installations, Top Doc Medicine, Sweet Pea Midwifery, and their iron sponsor... Their silver sponsors include Iron Hub, as well as their brown sponsors, Home Bank of Texas, Shaw Orthodontics, Trend HR, Lake Ray Hubbard Pediatrics, T3 Chiropractic, Worthy of Blessings Clinic, and last but not least, Dental Professionals of Rockwall. Now, without further ado, we have the Mighty Hawk Band as well as the High Steppers for your halftime entertainment.
and gentlemen, Rockwall Elite High School proudly presents the 23rd round at the National Championship Dance Team, the Heath High Steppers. The High Steppers, known as the Other Heath, will be bringing tonight's live performing as a traditional entrance to the song Stepping on My Heart from the Broadway Youth Corps Green Corps. High Steppers are proud to announce this great team of Willie Johnson, his principal, Eddie Luca, his high kick, Aya Kumari, line major, Charlotte Peterson, net major, Maddie Nagy, dance instructor, Willie Johnson, Robin Baker, radio contestant, Sexton Wilbur, Eddie Santana, and the Mississippi. High Steppers is Miss Audrey Bailey. High Steppers manager is Miss Abigail Lawson. Lieutenant Edward Jones, Lieutenant Kieran Dixon, Lieutenant David Perez, Lieutenant Jake Killo, First Lieutenant Addie Yoga, and Front and Center, in a Hall-of-Fame salute to our award-winning captain, Miss Maya Gulati. High Steppers would like to dedicate tonight's performance to Ashley Clark and Shannon Day Surgery today. Now the High Steppers will perform a concert to Thank you. And now, for your continue, as on entertainment, Rockwall Youth High Schools proud to present the Mighty Hawk Band. The band is a celebration, musical award, another day, Billy Powell, and Series, Acting Wood, with the beat form and Heath Minute. Tonight, under the good direction of drum major Gil Gonzalez, Bill Lumber, Angel Marietta Loring, and Sebastian Castro. Top Rock Home Medicine. Yes Installation. Upgrade your home today with Yes Installation. Smoking living in Rockwell, Texas. Platinum sponsor. World's Million Zone. Sugar Line. Rockwell Ford. Proudly supporting the Rockwell Street. Community for over 20 years. And we'd also like to thank Superintendent Dr. John Villarreal, Director of Fine Arts, Mr. Benjamin Sunrise, Principal Paul Bradford, the local ISD Board of Trustees, and all of our band, family, and friends for their continued support.
We want to celebrate you as Chick-fil-A's Teacher of the Week. Guys, you have a really special teacher. Did y'all know that, Miss Bassard? So we chose her because of how awesome she is. She's always willing to take on a challenge like, I don't know, switching grades in the middle of the year, taking on a team lead role. She's so incredible with students. Are y'all so excited to see the cow? Yeah? Can y'all cheer really loud for Miss Bassard? Woo! Okay, they have a treat for you. Go shower Miss Bassard with love and hugs. Yay, Miss Bassard!
Welcome back. Getting ready for here tonight with Heath and taking on San Juan Hills. Let's get ready for the kickoff in a few minutes. Joined by head coach Rodney Webb. And Coach Webb, let's kind of first off, kind of tell the folks, you and I were talking off camera, that this is a unique opportunity. You know, last year a team from Georgia come in, but kind of talk about how, you know, people wonder why is a school all the way from California coming here to Heath and Rockwall.
Yeah, well, it goes back a couple of years for the last realignment. We were not able to find a week 3 game. And so our options were travel to El Paso one of the 2 years and play in El Paso school. Another option was don't play a game, which that really wasn't an option. And then the third option was to ask a couple of out-of-state schools to come in, and we would get 2 home games and in return help them with their travel. So we got Cedar Grove, Georgia in 2024, which is a lot of fun, and then San Juan Hills in 2025. So San Juan Hills is an up-and-coming program in California. They're currently undefeated, one of the top-ranked teams in the state of California, and they're kind of building their brand, and they've decided it would be really a big step for their program to travel to the state of Texas and take on a Texas high school team.
Yeah, I think they're number. Yeah, that was head coach of the Heath Hawks, Rodney Webb. We are back here in the Resthaven Funeral Home halftime show. That was a story about how it all transpired. And, you know, Rob Frith also told me his side of the story, how they found Texas. And Heath was looking for an opponent for this particular game after Denton Braswell kind of dropped him off the schedule a couple years ago. So here they are. And so first half has been entertaining, I think. Obviously, the folks from California like to see a little closer score, but it's only a 15-point game. That last field goal made it a 2-possession game. Look at some stats here. Again, Jeremy Bryant are in for Shannon Rodden this week. And we also have with us, of course, Trevor Webb. We got Tristan Rodden as well. and whole crew, our Brian James, our cameraman. And so we will stay right here. Quick look at the stats, though. And Trevor, you can speak into this when you want. Timmy Herr, I mentioned before, this guy had over 700 yards in 3 games this year. He's just 9 for 19. Now, he does have 159 yards passing in that first half, but 47% completion rate. His running back, Elijah Ayala, he was averaging almost 10 yards a carry, 5 rushes for 22 yards. And receiving-wise, Ayala's been their best receiver out of the backfield, 3 receptions for 64 yards. Ryan Matheson has 3 catches for San Juan Hills, and he has the touchdown from 20 yards out. For Heath tonight, Prosper Neal, 10 for 18. He's got 137 yards in the air. Collins Jones, we've seen him in 2 different series. Jones, 2 out of 3 passing for 13 yards. Neal rushing the football, 9 carries for 61 yards. Brian Wamba, 3 rushes for 51 yards. Carter Zom has been the workhorse, 10 rushes. Zom's got 50 yards on the ground and 1 touchdown. But Neal, Wamba, and Zom, those 3, that trio's got a touchdown apiece. So really the ground game is kind of the story in this one, Trevor. 164 yards rushing, 164 for Heath, just 39 yards rushing for San Juan Hills.
San Juan Hills, their usual attack comes through their passing game. Timmy Herr, as we've seen a few times tonight, can really put that thing on a rope. He was very accurate, especially on that touchdown pass to number 10, Ryan Matheson. And that one of those passes to number 0, Elijah Ayala, the running back for San Juan, one of those passes, it was a big chunk. It was like a 30-yard gain for them. So that pressure that the Heath defense has been providing, especially from those linebackers coming in for those 4-man, those 5-man blitzes, have been putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback, Timmy Herr. And a few times he's had to scramble. A few times he's had to throw the ball away. It's been a great, great, great game for the Heath defense and their secondary as well. Number 0, Keithan Jones, and number 1, Quincy Jones. Just absolutely playing a great, great game so far.
Receiving-wise for the Hawks, Sean Gary, we told you before the start of the game, he led the Metroplex in receptions. He's got 9 catches in the first half, 9 catches for 118 yards. He also had 1 catch in that first half for Schmarzlicker, 1 for 15 yards for Prince Hobbs. But overall, Heath's got 314 yards of offense in this first half, 198 for San Juan Hills. And you talk about a balanced attack, that's what Coach Webb wants to see. Heath, 150 yards of passing, 164 rushing. That's almost exactly balanced. We have talked about penalties. 4 flags for 45 yards for the Hawks, 4 for 25 for the Stallions.
And 2 of those flags for the Heath Hawks came on the same drive. San Juan was able to score their only touchdown so far in the game because of a roughing the punter and because of an unsportsmanlike conduct as well. So after those 2 penalties, San Juan was able to score that touchdown on that touchdown throw from Timmy Herr to Ryan Matheson. So very costly penalties there on the Heath defense. But other than that, they've played a shutdown game. Only a field goal, I believe, they've allowed. Other than that.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, this is a San Juan Hills offense. So we'll see how they make adjustments in the second half. But I mentioned before, they've scored over 40 points in 2 of their games. They put up almost 40 against the top 20 team in California in Chaparral. I want to give some shout-outs. Again, Shannon and his whole crew is over in Oxford, Mississippi. They're watching the Ole Miss Arkansas game tomorrow. We got the golf team watching from Bart Granger Golf Tournament over in Fort Worth. We also got Jenny Holcomb and the family watching from Poetry, Texas. Big thank you to all the first responders. Go Hawks. So we're getting ready for the second half. Both teams warming up. Tonight's game are also brought to you in part by HBTX, locally owned community bank at its best. Recognized one of the strongest financial institutions in the country. HBTX, rated 5 stars by Bauer Financial. Visit their Rockwall location at 105 East Ralph Hall Parkway for more information. And here comes the Hawks. So for a moment, Trevor, let's ask you. You're Coach Webb. You're that coaching staff. You got a 15-point lead at halftime. If you're Heath, what do you tell your team?
I'd tell them that they're doing a great job all around, and we just need to clean up the penalties just a little bit. And then going into this half, we need to really execute on these run plays because I believe they really need to run the ball well during this half. They have a 15-point lead. There's only 24 minutes left in the game. Only 3 timeouts the Prosper has, aside from the 2-minute warning toward the end of the game. They need to run the ball. And they've done that really well all year with the 4 running backs that they have, and Prosper Neal, the quarterback, as well, that we've mentioned already.
Well, Heath will kick it off as San Juan Hills will get the opening kickoff of this second half. Hawks, after this one, got Mansfield Legacy next week, and they start district in 2 weeks with Tyler Legacy on September 26th. San Juan Hills as Myra Costa, next week, and then October 3rd, Corona Del Mar. There's the kickoff. It'll be taken inside the 15-yard line. Chila takes a big, vicious hit inside the 20-yard line. As that hit was put on by Sheldon Bell for the Hawks.
There's a big hit there from Sheldon Bell, making his presence known on the special teams unit there. Great play.
All right, let's see what Timmy Herr in this offense does for San Juan Hills. We mentioned her in that first half, 9 for 19, 159 yards though, passing with the touchdown, no picks. He did run the ball 5 times for 10 yards. He was sacked once. He'll start off in the shotgun with 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the near side. Elijah Ayala is running back. They put Cove Davis in motion. Herr, short drop, slings it. And there's a quick slant caught by Frith. And he's knocked off his feet. Tackle was made by Carson Adams for the Hawks. Gain of about 3.
I really liked what Carson Adams did right there. He almost got that ball out there, trying to prevent them from going to the middle of the field.
It looks like now the Stallions going the up-tempo offense. Herr again looks to his left, same direction over to his favorite target. Luke Frith makes the grab. And that's going to be a first down just across the 30-yard line. And Frith had just 1 catch the first half. Now 2 catches on this back-to-back plays here for the Stallions. They move the chains. A gain of about 8 for Luke Frith. He was averaging 37 yards per catch going into tonight. It's a bubble screen for Frith. So 3 consecutive plays. Obviously, Rob Frith is in this offense trying to figure out how to get him more involved in this offense. 3 consecutive throws to Luke Frith. And that one, again, another short gain. Smothered by that secondary of Heath. It'll be 2nd down and 7.
What a play there from number 1, Quincy Jones, absolutely blowing up the wide receiver there and making a play. Blew up the blocker and made the tackle by himself.
2nd down and 8, we'll call it. Herr again looking left, now looking right. Underneath, he finds Matheson, slips through a tackle. Tripped up at the 40-yard line by Luke Mitchell, but he's 1.5 yards shy of the marker. It'll be 3rd down and short coming up here for San Juan Hills. Giving Heath a taste of their own medicine, going to the hurry-up tempo. 3rd down and 2. Jaworski, that big offensive lineman, is the right side. That's where Ayala goes right behind him. He got hit behind the line. He will not get the first down. It looked like Landon Foster was there. And so, it's going to be short, 4th and 1. So you're down on the road. First drive the second half. They are thinking about it. Herr's looking over. You can almost sense he's begging his coaching staff. He's going to get the thumbs up. Go for it here on 4th and 1 at your own 40-yard line.
I think they absolutely should. And their running back, Elijah Ayala, again, you mentioned before, 9.5 yards a carry. They may just try to give it to him to get the first down.
He's lined up right behind their H-back. Strong side on that right side. They go with the fake the jet sweep. It'll be her and the keeper. He's got the first down, and he moves the pile forward. He's only about 5'11", but he's 215 pounds, and he's showing some emotion that time. His coach said that Timmy Herr is like a linebacker who plays quarterback, and you saw it right there.
And that was a great play from Timmy Hurd, using that big body of his to try to move the pile and get that first down.
Sometimes they say when a quarterback takes a hit, that kind of wakes him up a little bit. And see Herr showing his aggression that time. Play action, he's looking deep, fires, and that ball's intercepted at the 30-yard line. It was underthrown and picked off by Heath and Jones. Intended for Ryan Matheson, and just the second interception thrown this season by Herr, and the first pick this year for Jones.
Great play there from number 0, Keith and Jones. I think there was a miscommunication there on that route. It looked like he threw it to his back shoulder, but I think that was Matheson running that route. He kept running. Maybe he thought he was going to stop for a curl or something like that, but it was a great play from Keith and Jones, having that awareness to turn around and catch that ball for him.
So the Hawks, that's their first takeaway of the entire season by this defense. It took them the 11th quarter of the season to get that first takeaway, an interception by Jones. And so now the Heath offense out in the field. Give it right to the big boy, Carter Zahn, but this time not a whole lot of running room. He is brought down up the middle that time. That's the Stallions middle backer, Noah Howell. And they'll slow things down now in the huddle. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Both teams only had one punt in that first half. Both teams over 200 yards of offense that first half. Back to the ground game. It's Zom, this time with some room. Breaking tackles, spinning around across the 40. He's got a first down for Heath out to the 42-yard line. That's a gain of 10.
And that was all Zom right there. He had about 4 bodies hit him on that play. Was able to just fall forward and grab the first down.
And now this time they'll throw it to Hobbs. Slot receiver got hit out of bounds. No flag. Frith with the tackle. Gain of about 6. Going back to Zom, Coach Webb says he's a blood and guts guy. Just really tough, and you see his toughness on these runs.
Yes, and he definitely showed it on that last run.
So 2nd down and 4. Prince Hobbs making an impression in this game, the slot receiver. He only had 3 catches the previous 2 games, 2 grabs tonight. With a 15-point lead, Heath taking their time, not going the up-tempo pace. Still 8 seconds on the play clock. Now the Stallions showing a blitz. It'll be a 4-man rush. Pump fake, now he throws it. There's Hobbs again, makes the tackle, quickly stopped across midfield. Again by Luke Frith. And that's close. We're going to mark it just shy. It'd be 3rd down and about a foot, maybe a foot and a half.
I think that throw was just a little bit late. Nick Phillips was out there to make the back peel block, but that guy that he may have got the block on wasn't there, or got there in time.
Well, 3rd and short to go to the ground game, and they did not get it. A loss on 3rd and 1. Jacob Mullen, the inside linebacker, the first one there. And so now you go backwards. It's 4th and 2, right at the 50. The offense will stay on the field, and the Hawks will go for it. Both teams in their opening series of the second half will go for it on 4th down. Neal in the shotgun. Toss it to Zom. Following his blockers. He's got the first down and more to the 45-yard line.
I love the aggression there from Coach Webb, trusting his players to make a play.
And so brought down that time by Noah Howell. And he got 5 yards on 4th and 2. Zom tonight with 13 carries. Again, he has been the workhorse for this Hawks offense. Halfway through the 3rd quarter, Heath up by a score of 27-12. Now Neal feeling pressure. He's going to take off. Gets to the outside. He's got a blocker. Stops, put on the brakes, cuts back to the middle, and finally brought down by Kolinsinski at the 32-yard line. But again, Prosper Neal scrambles for 14 yards.
You got to love when Prosper Neal makes these kinds of plays with his feet. Once again, another pump fake, was able to draw the defender out of the way, and then he cut back inside so he can remain in bounds and keep the clock running.
He's got 75 yards rushing tonight. He's the top rusher on either team. Opening drive of the second half for the Hawks after an interception by Heath and Jones. Quick slant, that was off the hands, incomplete for Schmarzlicker. In the slot, it'll be second down and 10. Well, we mentioned takeaways. The Stallions, if they have a chance to rally back in this one, they're going to have to find a way to get a takeaway from Heath. Heath has had over 300 yards of offense that first half. Here in second down and 10, it's Zom. And this time swarmed and brought down. Good stop there by Jonas Sanchez. And the gain of only one. It'd be third down and 9. Heath, going into tonight's game, they were 47% on third downs. Got a third and long here, 9 yards to go. They'll spread it out. 4 receivers, 2 on each side. Neal in the shotgun. It's a 4-man rush. Steps up. Running right now, throws. That is caught by Schmarzlicker. Took a hit, and there's a flag on Luke Frith. He's a big body. Isaac Schmarzlicker. In fact, Coach Webb said he's 6'4", 205, and he likes to take hits. He's big frame at 6'4", and that's going to be a personal foul, looks like, I would think, Trevor.
I think so. On Frith there, just a little bit too high maybe on the hit. And that was a great job by Schmarzlicker for holding on to that ball. He caught that ball. It took maybe 2 steps before he got that right up the top.
So there is Coach Rob Frith talking to Luke Frith right now. Now, if it's targeting, if that's the call, then and if it's confirmed, he's out of this game. And I think that's the conversation. Yep, a hit to the head. Yeah, he will stay in this ball game, and so just the personal foul. And Luke Frith will stay in. It'll be first and goal to 6-yard line.
Prosper Neal looked a little bit frustrated. Maybe he thought that was going to be a targeting call. Yelling back toward his sideline there.
Just over 4 minutes to play. They go in the power formation. Zom right behind Neal. Looking for Gary. Now he's going to try to run, and this time he is wrangled out the 5-yard line, brought down by the defensive line as they swallowed up Prosper Neal. And I see big 71 out there, Cooper Jaworski, who plays right guard and center, going to UCLA. They brought some big bodies out there, and there's a flag down. A personal foul, face mask now. They'll give another fresh set of downs here for Heath. They'll put the ball inside the 3-yard line.
And it looked like Prosper Neal, whenever he got that face mask on him, it looked like his helmet came off. I thought he was about to be taken out there. I think that's Collins Jones in there at fullback.
Neal will take the snap, looking to the right, throws to the end zone's got a man, it's caught, touchdown. That's Sean Gary, touchdown Hawks. His first catch of the second half is a touchdown, his third in 2025, and the Hawks now up by 3 touchdowns.
Great play there from Gary. Once again, for the San Juan Stallions, penalties may have been the killer for them on that drive.
Yeah, back-to-back personal foul calls. A face mask and a hit to the head. Here's Bronson Mueller for the point after, and it's good. Our new score, 34-12. San Juan Hills trailing here in their first trip ever to Texas to the Heath Hawks. We'll step away for a quick timeout and be back in a moment here on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Welcome back here with our score. It's the Heath Hawks with a 34-12 lead. And we're back here from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium here at Rockwall ISD Sports Network. And Prosper Neal with that touchdown pass a moment ago. His second touchdown, actually first touchdown pass of the night. And Sean Gary's 10th reception of the evening. I mean, this Heath Hawks offense right now, Trevor, is just running on all cylinders.
Yes, and that was a very balanced attack there toward the end. They were going very rush heavy toward the beginning just to run out the clock, but as they got closer and closer toward the end zone, they decided that it was time to score once again, and they got it. Flag, though, on the field now.
Yeah, they returned that time by Chila. There's a flag come from the sideline. And while we have a moment, Rockwall ISD Sports Network, brought to you in part by Alliance Bank, cheering for our Hawks and Yellow Jackets on the field and in life. Whether you need personal or business banking, stop by and experience hometown service with Big Bank Solutions, or visit Alliance Bank at alliancebank.com. Alliance Bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Okay, they will march them back. It was a penalty on the Stallions on that return. They'll start this drive inside their 15-yard line. So Timmy Herr threw an interception on that last drive, just his second in 4 games, and the first takeaway of 2025 for that Hawks defense. Trips to the left side. Herr takes the snap, fires, and that one's through the hands of Frith. Incomplete. And bring up now second down and 10.
It looks like number 33, Riley Black, there was looking for a penalty flag after Cooper Jaworski pushed him down the field. Maybe a man down the field, maybe a little bit too far, but no penalty flags on the field, so we're going to second and 10.
All right, second down and 10. Heath showing the blitz. They'll bring 4. Here's next to rusher. Herr on the run, will throw it and finds Chile down the sideline. It's a foot race. Across midfield, breaks a tackle. He's going to go all the way in for the score. Touchdown, San Juan Hills, Cooper Chila. That will be an 88-yard touchdown reception and the biggest play of the night by either team. It's Timmy Herr to Cooper Chila for 88 yards.
Great play from Cooper Chila. Was able to stay in bounds and keep it in the play for Timmy Herr to try to make that pass to him, and avoided 2 tackles, one right after he caught the ball and one as he was running down the sideline, which enabled that large touchdown play.
Well, that puts San Juan Hills right back in this ball game. Now down by 2 scores again. Still a lot of football left. 3:21 to go in the third quarter. And the point after is up and through. And so we'll take a quick timeout. Be back in just a moment on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
For those with an independent spirit, there's a bank as independent as you. For buying a home, for building a business, for getting snacks at the game. We've been serving North Texas since 1875. Because we're more than a bank. We're your bank for life. American National Bank of Texas.
Well, San Juan Hills gets the 88-yard score on the catch, and a couple broken tackles by Cooper Chila. His first touchdown, by the way, of the season. Came at a great time here for the Stallions.
They really needed that one. If they were going to get back into the game, they needed a huge, huge play, and that pass from Timmy Hurd to Cooper Chila opened this game wide open. So maybe they'll take advantage of this momentum and stop the Heath Hawks offense.
Donahue with the kickoff. That'll be taken inside the 10-yard line. And Hobbs will be tripped up around the 15, so Heath have to start deep in their own territory. As the Hawks scored their opening drive, again, they have scored on every possession except for one tonight. So their offense has moved the ball very well. Almost 400 yards of offense tonight for Heath. And we will see Collins Jones come out now this time. So 3:15 left to play here in this first half. And this time it's going to be Jones on a keeper, and he bursts through the middle of the field. He's got the 25-yard line. Boy, that was, I thought maybe he had a chance to go all the way, and he's actually brought down by the guy who just scored the touchdown. Sheila, the safety, made the tackle.
Good play call there from Coach Webb, allowing Collins Jones to be the one to show off his wheels.
Now Zom, boy, he is body slammed that time by that big nose guard Roman Paseka. And Wamba actually took the carry that time. And they said he got enough to move the chains. It was a first down, but Wamba, paid for it.
He did just get enough, though. So that hit wasn't for nothing.
We have a shout out, by the way, to Tatum Rodden on the sideline. Best seat in the house. So a first down for the Hawks. Jones directing traffic, and this time he will give it on the end around. The Zom, who lined up as a receiver, he came around on the jet sweep. It's about 6 yards on first down, and that's what Coach Webb said. We'll put Carter Zom everywhere on the field in offense.
I love that play call. They did that a few times against Prosper last week, and each time it's been a big gain, and it worked out on this play, a gain of 7 yards.
Yeah, anytime you get 6-7 yards at first down, that's a huge boost to your offensive play calling. Second down and 3. Third quarter's moving quickly here. Jones play fake, dumps it off on the flat. There's Zom, and he is wrestled down. Big tackle made. It is Noah Howell, another one of these safeties here for San Juan Hills. No gain. It's third down. Call it 2 yards to go.
In the huddle once again is running out this play clock, which is what they need to do. About a minute left here in the third quarter. They do have a sizable lead.
Jones stays in a third down and 2. Wamba, the running back. Again, they'll fake the jet sweep. Jones will run up the middle. He's got the first down into the secondary and down the 40-yard line. Got a 7-yard gain on third down and 2. Jones lost his helmet, has to leave the field, but boy, what a great problem to have for Coach Webb. We got two very nimble feet quarterbacks here.
Yes, and with that formation that they run, the H-back formation, it just allows them to have such a versatile playbook as well. So having many quarterbacks that can move with their feet, having many running backs that can make plays, it's a great problem to have. I agree.
Last 30 seconds of the third quarter. High snap brings it down. Wamba up the middle. Burrows his way for a couple. And we got a flag down. We have a stoppage of play. I think someone lost a helmet. I don't see a flag down. Now they'll wind the clock. And that will be the last play of the third quarter. So we go to the fourth quarter, and the Heath Hawks have dominated this game, and they lead by a score of 34-19. We're back in just a moment on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
I'm Erin Neal, the principal agent and owner of Hamby Insurance. I am passionate about serving the local community and the surrounding areas. My goal is to take the hassle out of buying insurance. I want to educate you on what you're buying and help you make an informed decision. Whether it's personal or commercial insurance, my team and I will be here every step of the way to make sure you are getting the satisfaction you need and the coverage you deserve. My promise to you is that we will never hard sell you insurance, use slick sales techniques, or pressure you into making a decision that you're not comfortable with. Call us today at 972-285-0381 to find the best coverage to fit your need. My commitment is to give you unparalleled service, and remember, Hamby helps.
Well, we go to the fourth quarter. I want to thank some of our sponsors, including M&D Real Estate and Resthaven Funeral Home. We start the fourth quarter. Heath on top, 34-19, facing a second down and 9. Collins Jones takes a snap. It's an all-out blitz. He will run up the middle, squirt through to the 45-yard line, and brought down by Sanchez. Picked up about 3. Now got a third down and 6. And now in the fourth quarter, this is a big play in the game, because if San Juan Hills can get a stop here, I mean, they're right back in this ball game.
Yes, sir. Every possession matters now. They need a stop, they need to score, they need to stop, they need to score. In order for them to win this game, they need to be almost perfect.
Well, like Coach Webb said, non-district, it's about opportunities for players, for our team to improve. District starts 2 weeks, league play. It's all about goals and championships. And now time is called from the sideline, a timeout called by Coach Webb and this Rockwall and this, Heath staff. Maybe third down. Third down, and we'll call it 7 here. And we'll stay right here and talk about Rockwall Sports Center. Proudly serving the community for 20 years. Rockwall Sports Center, a sporting goods, screen printing, custom apparel company. Right here in Wall, Texas, our retail storefront offers an extensive selection of school spirit wear, team uniforms, and athletic gear at Rockwall Sports Center. Okay, so we mentioned the Hawks next week hit the road as they will play Mansfield Legacy. That's a Thursday night game, by the way, next Thursday night in Mansfield. Then the Hawks come home 2 weeks from tonight. The district opener against Tyler Legacy, 7:30 on September 26th. Of course, all these games right here on YouTube on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network. Third down and 6, early fourth quarter. Heath has led really since the kickoff. At a halftime by 15 points. It's 27-12 at the break. Jones back to throw. It's a screen. He's in trouble and almost picked off. A juggling attempt by Landon Grant. He nearly made a one-handed interception.
A great defensive play there. Got a lot of pressure on Collins Jones, forced to try to float that one just a little bit over the top, but it was just a little bit short. Almost allowed a turnover there, which they've been doing a really good job in this game of allowing none. Whereas they had they had one last week, but there was also a muffed punt. And speaking of punts.
And now here's the punt, and that's going to be taken inside the 20. Slipping through a couple tackles is Cove Davis. And he's out to the 21-yard line.
On the tackle there was number 16, Carson Adams. Good play there. If he was able to bounce that one outside, it may have been an additional 20 yards and maybe a house call there.
So 34-19 our score in San Juan Hills. If they get a score in this possession, it's a one-score game. Let's see what Timmy Herr, he threw an 88-yard touchdown. The Cooper Chila. On that last series, Ayala's been quiet. He's the running back. Lined up to his right side. Herr's going to back up, fire across the middle. There's Frith. He's been his big target here in the second half. Gaining 9 yards to be second down and 1. San Juan Hills, busy day tomorrow. Get headed to Fort Worth to the Stockyards. And then they'll go catch the TCU game against Abilene Christian tomorrow night. Here's Ayala. He'll rumble across the right side, spin across the tackle, get a first down to the 35-yard line.
Great effort there from Ayala. He hasn't had his name called very much, but that's just been because the Heath Hawks been playing such a great offense. They've not really had much of a rushing attack because they've just been down. They've had to pass the ball, so good play there from Ayala.
Now back to throw. Plenty of time. Hurt goes across the middle to Frith, and it's knocked out of his hands. Good play by Quincy Jones.
Good blitz pickup there from Ayala as well, affecting the game even whenever he's not given the ball. And I believe that's a different running back now in for San Juan.
Yeah, Aiden Gear. And here's the pass to the far side. That catch made by Matheson. We had that touchdown catch in the first half. Close to the first down, not quite there. It'll be third down, and we'll call it 2. And Timmy Herr has been more accurate here in this second half. Third down and a short 2 yards to go. Here comes an all-out blitz. It's a screen. Matheson's got a lot of room. Up the middle, down the seam to the 40, out to the 35, and down at the 34-yard line. That's a gain of 23 yards. They brought the blitz, and they found the crease.
Good play call there from San Juan. Heath was running a zone defense there and just took advantage of the fact that there just were not that many defensive backs on the right side of the field.
So first and 10. Quick snap. Herr's looking to the wheel route again. That's open for Ayala. Makes the grab. He's got a first down at the 20-yard line. Knocked out of bounds by Zeke Cannon, but not before another first down for the Stallions. And all of a sudden, this game is getting a little bit more tight if San Juan Hills can keep moving the football.
A great adjustment from San Juan. Just a lot of quick passes, screen passes, in routes that they've been throwing, some wheel routes to the running back. A lot of quick rhythm throws for Timmy Herr to get him going, and for a fast tempo San Juan offense as well.
They're in the red zone at the 20-yard line. Herr's back to throw. And pressure from the backside, floats it to the end zone, just over the outstretched arms of Colin Sinski. It's incomplete. Dean Kolinsinski, without a catch tonight, almost had a touchdown catch there.
He had a step there on number 2, Colton Lawfrey. Just a little bit overthrown.
Okay, second down. I think really for San Juan Hills, you have to think they're in 4-down territory. A field goal really does nothing for you at this point.
No, they need. They're down 15. They really need two touchdowns here. With 8 minutes left, 8.5.
Empty set. There's a slant caught by Frith in traffic and wrestled down inside the 15. He's brought down by Cannon. Now it's third down and about 2. So your playbook wide open here, knowing it's most likely a 4-down territory at the Hawks 12-yard line. Davis in motion. Herr's going to throw it. Quick slant. That's caught, and that's a first down again. That's Cove Davis. That's his first catch of the night for the slot receiver. And now first and goal for San Juan Hills. Still 8 minutes left to go. Herr, quick snap, throws it to the end zone. It's incomplete. Broken up there by Carson Adams. That was going to be a touchdown for Ayala.
Just dropped it in his hands, but just slipped right through.
Maybe Elijah Ayala hearing little footsteps coming from Adams that time.
Adams, a great player, had his impact on this entire game, all throughout.
2nd and goal to 6-yard line. Heath showing 5 men coming. Hers going to scramble left. Look at the run to the 5-yard line and takes a big hit and sandwiched by 2 Hawks as Adams brings him down. And Adams signaling he wants to come out of the game now on this big 3rd down play.
Elijah Ayala had a peelback blocked right there, and that's what allowed Timmy Herwood able to scramble and get the few yards. He may have been tackled for a loss there if it wasn't for Ayala.
3rd and goal to 2. Give it to Ayala. He's hit the back at the 1. Pushing forward. He's not going to get in. Inside the 1-yard line. And, of course, you got to go for it right here for your San Juan Hills. 4th and goal at the 1-foot line. 7 minutes left. You're down 15 points. Their first ever game out of California here against the Heath Hawks in Rockwall, and a big 4th and goal. They go in the power formation. Hers going to take it to the end zone. He's in for 6. Touchdown, San Juan Hills. They went that power formation right on that right side.
It was a great play call, and they were able to get it. However, I will say it was a great red zone defense from the Heath Hawks. Even though they did allow them to get the touchdown, there's a lot of clock that was burned right there.
That's a good point. And now here's a big extra point for Kyle Donahue. Remember, he did miss one in the first half. That's why it's kind of a different score. And this one on the way is good. So it's an 8-point game. So San Juan Hills would still need a touchdown plus a 2-point conversion to potentially tie. But now the Hawks will get the ball back. We'll step away for a quick timeout. 6:40 to play. Heath on top, 34-26. Back in the Rockwall ISE Sports Network.
I'm Zach Riddle with Riddle Brothers Roofing and Construction. We're proud to be your local roofing experts right here in Rockwall. Whether it's storm damage or roof replacement or just making sure your home is protected, we bring quality craftsmanship and a commitment to doing things the right way. We're also proud supporters of the Rockwall Heath Hawks this season because building strong roofs and building a strong community go hand in hand. From our family to yours, go Hawks!
Welcome back here from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. As we are here, Heath trying to hold on. They are up by 3 scores, and that lead has shrunk a little bit here. And now San Juan Hills will kick it off. And this one will go deep in the end zone for a touchback.
San Juan trusting their defense to get the job done here.
Tonight's game brought to you by Toll Brothers. Everything that sets Toll Brothers apart. The places we choose to build our impressive architecture, personalization options to suit your style, and the seasoned experts on your team. That sets you on the path to a new home that you will love. Discover the Toll Brothers Advantage. All right, so for Heath, they had that stoppage last time out. Now let's see if they can come out here and use some clock. They stalled on their last drive, just the second time they have not scored on the possession. They'll start the drive, their own 25-yard line. And on first down, they'll use the ground game. Carter Zom just bouncing around, pinballing off a couple would-be tacklers to the 30-yard line. And so gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
As long as Heath maintains their aggression and they're in a more advantageous field position, I think they should just maintain their aggression. And if they get past the 45-yard line, I think they should just go for every 4th down. Their defense has been stellar. I think they should just try to be more aggressive on this drive to just burn as much clock as they can.
Zom stays in as the running back. Play action. Neal's going to take it himself. He slipped through one tackle. Out to the 34-yard line. Brought down just shy of the sticks. So you got 3rd down and 1. So 3rd down and a yard. And they will, like you mentioned, Trevor, take their time here.
Number 87, Jace Allen, the tight end, coming in this play. There he is lined up on the right wing to stack that right side.
Give it up the middle, and he's got a 1st down as he goes right through the line, knifing through across the 40 to the 43. Carter Zom, 1st down, Heath. With 5 minutes left to play, it's a big 1st down. You're going to use at least another couple minutes probably here on the clock. Up by a score, 34-26.
Great play call there. Just lining up that right side for Zom to do his thing.
So at the 43-yard line, he's going to let the play clock run. Now they will break the huddle with the play clock at 12 seconds. Here's a run blitz. Zom found some room. Boy, got clothesline right there. And there comes the late flag by the head referee. Brought down the 46-yard line, but this is going to be another defensive penalty.
The story of the game for San Juan. Too many penalties.
We're talking about shout-outs. We'll give a shout-out to Nathan Tran listening, watching tonight's game. You let us know where you're watching at tonight as we're past 10 o'clock. We start a little later, 7:30 tonight, which once you get to district play, all those games will kick off at 7:30. It's 7 o'clock in non-district football. And the Hawks have led the entire way. They were up at halftime 27-12. Defense has come up big tonight for Heath. Now the offense trying to stall it out. They got another 1st down on that personal foul. Now at the San Juan Hills 39-yard line. It's another run blitz. Zom will bounce it outside, but the white jerseys just continue to get him. I mean, they're coming from all angles, brings him down, and Zom has no gain on 1st down.
Although you would prefer to have him get some yards there, it's still clock burning. And at the same time, they're on their opponent's 40-yard line, so advantageous field position.
Well, the Stallions have 3 timeouts left. At this point, Rob Frith is going to have to start thinking about using those timeouts. San Juan Hills has scored the last 2 touchdowns. It was at one time a 34-12 ball game, now 34-26. Play clock at 3. Now the snap handed off. Zom, and he's trying to get away. He does. Stays on his feet, pushing, piling forward to the 33-yard line. And it'll be now 3rd down and 3. And one of the Stallions lost his helmet. That's Noah Howell with their safeties.
Tremendous balance there shown by Carter Zom. He was about to be taken down for about a 1 or 2 yard gain, but was able to place his hand on the ground and got that for about a 6-yard gain instead.
Rob Frith is going to use his first of 3 timeouts. So it's actually 3rd down and 4. 3rd down and 4 here. Zom now tonight, 19 carries for 90 yards. How about Heath? The rushing attack, 223 yards of offense on the ground. And so a big timeout will stay right here because this is a 3rd down play, because if the Hawks can convert this, you really put the Stallions' backs up against the wall.
The biggest play of the game so far, absolutely. If they can convert this one, then that means that Frith may have to use another timeout after they get the 1st down, because the clock will keep running. The clock will stop momentarily, but then the referees will keep the clock rolling after they get it. And in reality, they have about 3 more times that they could stop the clock. 2-minute warning and their 2 timeouts as well. So huge play here for Heath. And you can argue that every play from this point forward in the game is the biggest play in the game. But This is something that Heath Hawks really, really need to convert here.
Turned out to be a great game tonight. First time ever that this school from San Juan Capistrano, California, has ever traveled out of state to play high school football. They're one of the best teams in California, ranked number 14 in the state this week by Max Preps in California. Heath, of course, a powerful program. It's a big 3rd down and 4. Toss it. Here's Zom coming left. Follows his blockers. He's upended, and he's shy of the 30. He will not get the first down. It's 4th and a yard, and now decision time for Rodney Webb. And now another timeout. This is going to be used by San Juan Hills, and that will give Coach Webb a chance to think about this one.
I think they should go for it. Their offense has been running on all cylinders all day. It's a yard. If you can give the ball to Carter Zom, he'll do what he does best and fall forward, or you can run something with Prosper Neal carrying the ball. Either way, the clock will have to stop.
Well, tonight's game being brought to you in part by HBTX, locally owned community banking at its best, ranked one of the strongest financial institutions in the country. Visit HBTX in Rockwall at 105 East Ralph Hall Parkway. And you're right, if Heath converts here, now it's not over by no means, because you'd have the 2-minute timeout plus 1 timeout left for San Juan Hills, but it would definitely be much more of a challenge to make any comeback, because the other thing too, now you're in Bronson Mueller territory, because a field goal here would put this game away.
If I was Coach Webb, I would absolutely have confidence in Bronson Mueller's leg as well. But I think with the way this offense has been running, I like what they're doing here. I think it looks like they're going to go for it.
Certainly will. Here comes Prosper Neal and Zom right behind him in the pistol. 4th and a yard. Trying to get the Stallions to jump off sides. Play clock at 10 seconds. And now Heath will burn a timeout here. Okay, so the plan was to see if they can get him jump off and get the free 5 yards. And so we'll take a quick timeout here. Be back in just a moment. This big 4th down play. They scored over 40 points in 2 of their games. They put up almost 40 against the top 20 team in California, Chaparral. We're going to give some shout-outs.
We are CallMet. We make steel landscaping products that are perfectly flexible, perfectly durable, so you can make your yard perfectly you. CallMet, defined by steel.
San Juan Hills, big timeout just a moment ago. And so then Heath would counter with the timeout, trying to get him to jump off sides. Jeremy Bryant in for Shannon Rodden. He'll be back next week when the Hawks go to Mansfield Legacy alongside Trevor Webb. Tristan Rodden as well, and Brian is on camera tonight. Okay, so 4th down and a yard here. They will again bring out their offense.
It is a tough choice to make. Up by 8 points, you think that your kicker, Bronson Mueller, would be able to make a kick. At the same time, I think this is the right play call.
They go under center, quarterback sneak, and look at that line just move the pile forward. Prosper Neal's got the first down. They went to the hurry up, and that looked like a rugby formation.
A tush push for the Heath Hawks.
A Hawks tush push. That will move the clock. That'll move the chains. And now San Juan Hills, just 1 timeout remaining. Rodney Webb on that sideline emphatically slapping his hands. He's happy about that first down, but they still have not put this one away quite yet. On first down, Zom kind of stops, puts on the brakes. And he'll be brought down at the 29. And now the Stallions will use that last timeout.
It does pain me as a Cowboys fan to see something the Eagles made infamous be successful here on this field. But I'm not too mad about it. If the Heath Hawks can convert something like that on this level, they will absolutely take it. So will Coach Webb, and so will the fans here today.
Well, let's kind of put things in perspective here. Just look ahead. Let's just say you got the 2-minute timeout after this play. If San Juan Hills can stop Heath, then you have to try to hope that you get Bronson Mueller to miss a field goal, which he hasn't done yet this year. But if that does happen, the Stallions would still have roughly 1:20 left to play. I mean, they would have a little over a minute left to play in this game, but they'd have no timeouts.
Yes, and I mean, the only thing they have left is that 2-minute warning. So the only things that they could really do are passing the ball and going for out routes, trying to just get out of bounds. It'll be a rough last 2 minutes for these Stallions, no matter what.
Let's see if Heath can ice it, or will they be stalled by this San Juan Hills defense? And Carter Zom, the first one out there, he is going to line up in the slot. Now he's going to come over here and line up in the backfield. He's been used in all kinds of positions tonight. Heath trying to get that second win of the season, their first home win of 2025 after that loss here at home last week to Prosper. Now we got a stoppage of play from the linesman that far side on the San Juan Hills sideline. He calls a stoppage of play with 2:23 left. There's no flag here. I don't know if it's a debate about the play clock. That's the only thing that I can think of. Here comes our head referee. He's going to come over to the sideline, talk to Coach Webb. Not sure what that was all about, to be honest with you.
He said something in 12. I think it had to do with the position of second down and 12 on the scoreboard.
Now it's going to be taking the handoff down the sideline. Prosper Neal, after he fakes it, goes inside the 10 and down at the 9. And what a mature move right there. He could have maybe scored, but he just went down to the 9-yard line and got down, because now they can just milk the clock out.
What a smart play right there from Prosper Neal, and very unselfish. He needed to get that first down for his team, and now they, like you said, they can just burn that play clock into the 2-minute warning.
So we've reached the 2-minute timeout, and Heath, after that big run by Prosper Neal inside the 10, and now time is on the Hawks side. 2 minutes away from a victory. Back at the finish right after this on the Rockwall ISD Sports Network.
Hey Hog Nation, this is Coach Webb, just giving a shout out to Rockwall Ford. I'm excited to have the support of the Ford team for the 2025 football season and their support for the remarkable achievements that students and staff strive to accomplish daily. Over the years, they have extended their unwavering support to every athlete, coach, and staff member as they diligently pursue their goals and ultimately achieve victory. We look forward to the continued partnership. Let's go Hawks!
Welcome back here to the last 2 minutes in the fourth quarter. Big run a moment ago by Prosper Neal to get the first down. And now the Hawks line up in that victory formation. San Juan Hills cannot stop the clock, out of timeouts. And any coach in America, this is their favorite formation right here, the victory formation. And so the Heath Hawks will get this big win here in the home field. An interstate battle tonight, Texas against California. The Hawks will get the victory, go to 2-1. This will be the first loss of the year for San Juan Hills, the number 14 ranked team in the state of California. But you can see the talent on this Stallions team, and they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They start district on October 3rd in league play, while the Hawks start in 2 weeks on September 26th. But what a great win for Heath when you knock off a team, one of the top 15 teams in the state of California.
Yes, and San Juan made great adjustments there after halftime as well, coming back and lots of quick passes, trying to get Timmy Herr in a rhythm, and they were able to score, I believe, a couple of touchdowns here in the second half, and unfortunately just fell short here at the end of the game after some great plays from Carter Zom, able to stay and play and use his balance to get the first downs. Prosper Neal using his legs to just battle forward and making the right play, it seems, every single time he's given the ball, Prosper Neal.
You're exactly right. And Coach Webb mentioned that extremely high football IQ of Prosper. He showed that again tonight. He takes a knee there and let the celebration begin. The Hawks will get their first win here at the Wilk in 2025. It was a fun game tonight. Heath held on as the Hawks win it. Final score, it's the Heath Hawks 34 and the San Juan Hills Stallions 26. San Juan Hills against staying in Texas, staying in the Metroplex tomorrow before they head back to California on Sunday. But a big win for Heath. Now they got Mansfield Legacy next before they start district play 2 weeks from tonight with Tyler Legacy coming to town. Well, look at the quick stats here on this one. First up, while we do that, Trevor, kind of give me your thoughts on how this one turned out.
They did what they needed to very early. They were very aggressive, and they ran the ball, and they passed the ball. It was a very balanced attack. As you mentioned, Coach Webb really tries to get that done, just a balanced attack throughout the game. No huddles there at the very beginning. And once they got a couple of scores in, they were able to just default more or less to a rushing attack. And what I really liked there in the second half is whenever they needed to run the ball more and just try to burn the clock as much as they can, I can't remember exactly when. It was in the third quarter. They got past the 40-yard line, the opponent's 40-yard line, through rushing attack primarily. And then once they realized they could try to score the ball, they went back toward the pass attack, and they were able to get that touchdown. A very aggressive game called from Coach Webb, and it paid off in dividends. Great job for this Hawks defense as well. The score may say that the Stallions scored 26, but this very heavy passing attack from San Juan is dangerous for any team. And great coverage from number 0, Keith and Jones. That interception, I believe, by number 1, Quincy Jones. And the linebackers played a great game as well. Constant pressure. Constant pressure on Timmy Herr. I believe in the first half he was 9 for 19, and then he got his rhythm going there in the second half. But that first half aggression on both sides of the ball really got this game done for them.
Once again, 34-26, our final just real quickly here. Prosper Neal, we mentioned what a game he had. He was 14 for 23 for Heath, 166 yards in the air. He ran for 103 yards, those big about 17-yard run there at the end that put this game away. He ran for a touchdown. He threw a touchdown pass. Tonight, Heath, 455 yards of offense. San Juan Hills, 392, so it's actually pretty evenly matched. But San Juan Hills just 58 yards to the ground, 275 for Heath. 2 turnovers tonight by San Juan Hills. And then, past them tonight, Timmy Herr, 21 for 35. He threw for over 300 yards, 334 in the area, 2 touchdowns, that 1 interception this evening. As San Juan Hills drops this one 34-26 to the Heath Hawks. Well, Trevor, we appreciate your first time on the broadcast. Great job tonight. We'll hope to have you back soon.
Absolutely. It was great calling you with you, Jeremy. I really appreciate it.
All right, in for Shannon Rodden. We'll see you next week when the Hawks go to Mansfield to play Legacy. That's next Thursday night at 7 o'clock. For Trevor Webb, we also had Tristan Rodden as well, and Brian helping us out with our broadcast. This is Jeremy Bryan saying so long here from Wilkerson Sanders Stadium. Our final score, the Heath Hawks 34, San Juan Hills Stallions 26. We'll see you next Thursday. Good night from Rockwall.